The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
All right, good afternoon. I think I got that right. No, it is still morning. Look, if it's not a 7 p.m. show or an evening kickoff, I'm confused. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, good day, goodbye, whatever. Hello, wherever you are in the world. Welcome along. This is going to be interesting because this is the FA Cup. And getting a live stream for this sort of program is almost as difficult as me going out with Claudia Schiffer. Luca is in. Hi, Luca. Oh, have Arsenal got this weekend? How you doing, Spencer? Hi, Spencer. How are you doing? John, mate, welcome along. Haven't seen you for, well, about 6 months. I hope you are well. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're having a good one. How is your team over there in Germany doing? Is it Eintracht Frankfurt? Now, if I've got that right, I'm impressed because my memory is like a sieve at the moment. So I will be very, very impressed if I got that right. Look, let me bring my co-host in, and then we're going to have a look at the team. But let me bring him in first of all, and just say, oh, Pia is in. Good morning, Pia. How are you? Hi, Fields. I was going to go to the match, but can't be asked with them. No, I know what you mean. And Ant is in. Hello, Ant. How the devil are you, sir? Let's go and get 3 points to get out the group. Get out the group? What do you mean? What group are we in? This isn't the World Cup, mate. And Hayden is in. Hello, Hayden. I tell you what, mate. No, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it yet. So we will come on to that later, if possible. Right. And how did it go last night? I saw you doing a watch along for the Tottenham Burnley game. Oh, it wasn't the best, was it? Talking about not being the best. Hello, Brad. How are you?
Is this thing on? Who said? Cheers. What an introduction, mate. Better before you introduce me like that. But how are you, mate? I'm good. I'm good as well, thanks.
You know I love you, really. You know I love you.
Really. I know.
And Anil, who goes on to be on the 90 a lot, he's going to be joining us for some shows as we go through the rest of the season, said that we have got a very good chemistry. So what are you doing tonight?
Well, it's making me blush.
Well, what can I say? Okay, let's we bring the team up.
Let's.
He says that might be easier than done. I'm going to put it there as a big one. I can't believe I'm saying that to you, but there we go. Let me just get rid of that awkward banner. There we go. So, I mean, changes being made, but a strong bench. So, Obviously, I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look at it yet, but Stolchuk in goal, and we're going to come on to Everson later because obviously Everson is no longer with us, not for the rest of the season. Ricardo, captain, surprised, but there he is. Cody Nelson-Doyle, Kashidi, Chowdhury, I'm presuming more into a midfield role. Eunice, again, being played in his central role. Albrighton gets the start. Marchal, good to see him back. Cannon. No Daka on the subs bench, but we have got... here we go. Masawizi. Can never say that, but it's a strong bench. First thoughts on the team, Brad?
It's expected. First of all, look, it's the FA Cup. It's the third round, and it's the same divisional tie. So it doesn't matter if it's League One versus League One or if it's Premier League versus Premier League. That you normally find that the strain of Christmas period means that either teams are forced to or almost feel the need to rest their main players. But you look at that lineup, Chris, and you look at the way Enzo's used the team this year. Okay, Stolarczyk, he's cup goalkeeper. He's young. He has played in the league for that one or two games. Yeah, he did. He played in the League Cup. He played in a league game as well, didn't he? Because of an injury to Madsen. So it's not like we've got to worry there. And Nelson's been knocking on the door, making the benches recently. Obviously, must be training with the first team. Yeah. So it's still a really strong lineup, Chris. And that tells you how strong this team is down to the bench and the squad players. Because, normally when you make so many changes, Chris, you're like, who are these? Who's that? Yeah. Who's this? And then you're like, oh, they must be from under 23. So it's a good, strong lineup, Chris.
I think so. The only one that surprised me was Nelson. I've got to be honest with you. I thought Chowdhury might go to the play sort of in that Ricardo role, but he's obviously with Ricardo playing, he's got him more up front. Good to see Doyle back. Chowdhury, as I say, that more central role. Eunice, that's the role that he's trying to play him in, isn't it? I don't think whether Albrighton will last the 60, bless him, but, good to see him. Again, he's not done anything wrong in the odd times he's come on. And, you're looking at, normally you'd go like, who the hell's up front? I mean, is this the guy that just scored 2 goals for us?
Yeah, exactly. And again, okay, 2 obvious ones there in Nelson and Stolarczyk, but if that team was to be put out against Millwall in a league game, I wouldn't be sat here thinking we're not going to win the game. There's some real quality in that side. We've seen what it can do, so it just shows you again. It's a very impressive lineup for what we've got going. I mean, like you said, we've got a guy who's firing on all cylinders, scoring goals. I'll shut up. I'll stop making jokes, people. I promise. But yeah, it looks a strong lineup, and look, I'm sure there'll be a few players that know with certain players going away over the next couple of weeks, there'll be certain positions up for grabs. So this is a better time than any for these to take it.
Yeah. Richard's in, Big Hammers fan. Hello, Richard at Daddy Cox. How is little Cox? And in that, of course, I do mean Jake. Nothing personal, but he is your son. Emmanuel, hello, welcome along, sir. We don't encourage betting at all on this channel. That said, I have just done one. It's my first bet in years, but that way, hopefully, I can get a link. Brad will know what I'm talking about from my email.
Yes.
But I have bet on Leicester to win here. I think the 3-2 scoreline, which was, of course, last time we met, Brad, was very... I think it was flattering to Millwall that they got that goal. I mean, that goal was very late, wasn't it, for Millwall? The Birmingham one wasn't. The Millwall one was. I don't think it was a 3-2 game.
No, certainly wasn't. I think it flattered them. It was a game we was always in control of, and the only way Millwall were going to get anything out of it is if we just sort of switched off, and we did that. But I mean, what was it, like 94th minute that we let them get that second one? So we were never in any danger of conceding a.
Well,
Well, I mean, don't. Well, yeah, don't test Leicester to outshine themselves, but yeah, you just got the feeling that it was a bit like a damp squib on the evening one. It was like, oh, they scored again. That was a bit annoying. Didn't want that, but yeah, I just don't see them as a threat.
No. When you look at that bench as well, I mean, Ward. That's a surprise to see Ward on there. Faz, Vestergaard, Justin Winks, Dewsbury Hall, Fatawu, Mavadidi. I mean, it's virtually our first team sat there on the bench, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And look, I mean, okay, maybe he'll need to put one of them on for Albrighton. We're just assuming here that Albrighton can't do the 90 minutes. He might be more than capable of it, but you're hoping he doesn't have to rely on that bench. That's what you're hoping for, because I'm sure, as much as right now it's a bit of a distraction and not a necessity to Leicester, because it's only, it is the third round. We are in the Championship. We know what our main goal is, but that is a hell of a bench. I mean, if you're Millwall and you're 1-0 down in this cup tie, you're getting run ragged by this team, passing you to death, and then you see him put on Mavadidi. He's got Mavadidi, Dewsbury Hall lined up to come on. You'd be like, Gaffer, take me off. I'm done. I would. Yeah. I'd be like, I'm cooked. I'm done. I can't be bothered.
But look, that's every team's got a 25-man squad. So no team actually has an advantage. The depth of that squad is obviously different. And we happen to be, for this league, we've got a very excellent depth of squad here. Talking of the squad, and we tomorrow, guys, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, you can join me and Brad on the transfer show, which we're hoping to make it weekly, depending on Brad's availability. He is stuck down in Cornwall at the moment. And hopefully you're safe and not in too much flood damage area, Brad.
No, it's St. Ives is living up to its name. It's sunny right now, so I could be stuck in worse places. I'll say that much. Don't all flood your sympathy too much for me. I could be stuck in far worse places with the weather down here. So
I heard you were out in down Lidl's Middle Isle looking for a canoe to buy to get home.
That might be one mode of transport I have to take at some point, the way it's going. I'll just have to strap everything to the back of it and start going.
Exactly.
I'll get lost. I'd end up in Wales, knowing me.
Knowing you, probably. Say hi to Mike. So 7 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be looking at, not every link, because some of the links are sort of absolutely... who are they sort of thing. But yeah, we'll be looking at the main links. But of course, one that has gone through, and it has, he was in the 25-man squad, because he has come out, to just touch on this, we'll talk about it in more detail tomorrow, obviously, Brad, but he has come out as Enzo and said, we've got to sell to bring in, and we've got to get out of the squad to bring in. Well, if Everson was in the squad along with Ward, then they shouldn't have been in the squad, because that was 4 goalkeepers in a 25-man squad. But he's gone to Stoke. The first thing I realised was when I had a message off the Stoke fan that we speak with on here saying, what do you think of him? Can you send me a few words over? Good for the wage bill, great. He has only gone on loan, and he has just recently signed last season, 5.5-year extension. Oh, well done, Brendan. Leave us with that one, eh? I mean, I know he's gone, but Ward on the bench, Brad?
You're going to hate me for this, but Ward being on the bench is about as close as he's going to get to the field as Yannick Vestergaard was getting to it last season.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother me. I mean, look who's in goal, Chris, for this cup tie. He's picked the under-21 goalkeeper. I said this about it in the League Cup games. I thought, when the season was still fresh and it was still a couple of games in, the second that Iverson and Ward wasn't playing in them games, I was like, well, they're done there. And I agree with you. You look at the way he likes to use the youth players, and I know you don't have to register You don't have to register players that are under 21, so maybe that's why he had to put them in to get the quota in the field. I don't know. But you would have been thinking maybe there's other people he could have used to fill the squad.
Yeah.
For me, if you said, who do you want as a third choice goalkeeper, I'd rather have got rid of Danny Ward than Iverson.
I think both of us, in fairness, and obviously for those of you that don't know and are new to the channel and have probably been living on Mars for the last 4 or 5 years, Brad used to be a goalkeeper. So he doesn't know what he's
Don't tell them all, Chris. Don't tell them. I don't want the expose.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. But no, we both liked Ward, didn't we? And we said fair chance. I think he was the sacrificial lamb, unfortunately, because of our bad start last season. Scott says there he's probably out of contract at the end of the season, so he might be going anyway. But I mean, look, he's only going to come on if Stolchark's injured, isn't he? And I have no problem. At the end of the day, neither Ward nor Everson, and I said this to the Stoke fan, they're not sweeper keepers, and that's what Enzo wants. Yeah,
that's exactly it, and it's unfortunate because it's a very restrictive role. You know, you look at someone like Chowdhury, who's played across that back line and he's played in the middle. You know, if you're an outfield player, you can be made a bit, versatile. Look at Ndidi. You know, he can play anywhere in that middle of the park, it seems. Apparently, he's the next Zidane. We just didn't know it. You know, but when you're a goalkeeper, if you're not quick and you can't use your feet, then if you're not, you're not flavour of the month. You're not flavour of the month in it. It's one of the most difficult positions to kind of not just play, but make it your own. Because all it takes is, like you said, is one manager to come in and go, yeah, you're okay, but I want this goalkeeper. And then Mads walks through the door and you go, oh. And unfortunately, being a former goalkeeper, being as the cat's out of the bag, folks. Thanks, Chris, on that one.
Well, that's got to be the world's worst kept secret. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course it is. But yeah, you know what I mean. If ask about the transfer, if he's going out to play first team football, all the best to him. I hope he does well because he does deserve to be a first team goalkeeper in this division. So yeah.
I don't know what Stoke's position on why they need an extra goalkeeper. Maybe because they're just struggling at the bottom of the division. But like Gray says there, Pep did it with Joe Hart. Yes, he did. And look, I know what you're saying there. Where did I put it? Gray. Yeah, I mean, look, you know my thoughts on Brendan, but at the time, as Brad has, I think, just alluded to, one manager has his team. Let's be honest with you, we had Iverson, Smithies and Ward. He didn't want to lose Iverson. His contract was up. 5.5 does seem a little bit of a long one, to be honest with you. Maybe he's going to be the new Conrad Logan. But look, we'll talk more about all our transfers tomorrow, 7 p.m. on this channel, the transfer show with myself and the bearded one. That's two of us because I've got a bit of a beard as well. Anthony says, big up being in goal, losing 8 and 9-0 day in and day out. Oh, Brad, come back at that.
I didn't know Anthony was a small goalkeeper. I thought he would play outfield. No, never lose 8 and 9 a day. In fact, the last 2 times I've come out of retirement in goal, my team's won. And Anthony can only pass to the team in red, can't he? So I wouldn't want him in my 5-a-side team anyway.
No, not. You are quite right. Right, let us get some score predictions in, shall we? Because of course we're not. This isn't part of the prediction league, so we can feel free to sort of have a free hit with this one. Brad, what are you going to go for? Hi, Nifty, by the way.
Oh dear. I think we'll win. I'd like to say this team's going to go out, put some swagger on it, really put out a performance, give Enzo a bit of a headache for when the league returns. But I'm gonna say 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-0 Leicester. I don't think it'll be a goal glut because there's a part of me wants to say it's Millwall. We're gonna beat them 8 or 9-0 because Anthony just said it. But I've got to go sensible and 2-0.
Once in your life. Talking about bearded wonders, Kate has arrived. Hello, Kate. You do come in at the wrong time. How the devil are you?
I've had a shave this morning as well.
Yeah, well, sorry. It must be a shadow.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am very good, thank you very much, and Brad is as well. As we're talking about it, let's go straight in and get your score prediction. Brad's gone 2-0.
I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. Ooh, right. Well,
she always has to be different, don't you, Gorinda? There's a funny looking stadium behind you today.
I know.
You're right, Kate.
I know.
I am going to go because of the starting lineup, and not that we've got any particularly bad players in there. It's just that they've not played together, and that's always the worry. You know, team. It can when you do this, it can look a little bit disjointed, and there's a lot of changes in that team. And so I'm going to go. I was going to go 1-0, but then I thought, well, we're probably going to concede, so I'm going to have to go 2-1 to give us the win. Your thought on the team? I mean, it's a huge, brilliant start subs bench, but your thought on the team there?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of as I anticipated. Hopefully that he doesn't have to use the likes of KDH and Winks and stuff, but I was quite surprised to see Pereira in the back line. I thought he might get rested as well. But yeah, I think it's still a decent team. It's a team that it's that sort of side of the squad that we're desperate to give minutes to because they're all good players. So hopefully this can be their moment to get some minutes under the belt and push for a place in the first 11. Yeah, so it's just the creating angle, really, I suppose. We've got a lot of hard workers in there, but creativity-wise might be a bit tricky. So maybe I've been a bit ambitious there, thinking we'll get 3 goals. But I'm really pleased to see. I think Cannon needs as many minutes as we can get out of him because he looks a real smart finisher. And as with anything with a finisher like that, you just need to get game time more and more. So,
I mean, I thought he'd left it a bit late, bringing Cannon, into a starting place. We've obviously lost Daka now. Fatawu is staying, and we'll talk more about the AFCON on Monday night because the Let's Talk Leicester is back with the new portion at the end, which is going to be no longer going to be Dave's Big Dicks. It's going to be chat shit, get banged. So a few changes, but we'll be talking about AFCON. But indeed, he's not going, but we've not really got him because he's out for sort of 3 months.
Oh.
He's frozen. He's frozen. Oh, look, Kate, while he's froze and we've got a bit of peace and quiet, when did it occur that indeed he's out for 3 months?
When did it occur? I don't know, because I'm sure the last time I saw him, I can't remember which game it was, but I'm sure he came off with about 10 minutes to go, but it didn't look like it was an injury change. It looked more like a tactical one. So I'm not really sure what's gone on unless he did it in training.
Well, that's.
I didn't get any of that. Sorry, Kate, because my internet is playing up.
We were just speaking about what we think's wrong with Wilf and when did the injury occur. And I said that I think the last time I saw him play, he got subbed at 80 minutes or so, I think. And it didn't seem to be an injury-induced change. It seemed to be tactical. So unless it happened in training, I don't remember him limping off or having any issues or treatment on the pitch. It's obviously pretty significant 3 months, isn't it?
Brad, you were going to say, sorry?
No, that was it. I was just, because you were frozen, I thought I'd ask because I didn't even know. I'd heard that he wasn't going, and I thought, I got a bit excited. I thought, oh, maybe he's doing a Fatawu, he's committing to Leicester, so next we're going to hear that he signed a new deal. Then you blurt out that he's out for 3 months. I was like, wait, what? When did this happen? When did he just get crippled? Did he fall off team coach? What happened? So that's what I was wondering.
The rumours that he was on top of the team coach are just purely rumours, and we have to follow that with hashtag allegedly. But Kate, so we talked about the team earlier, but yeah, Nelson's a surprise at the back.
Yeah, he is a bit actually.
I just hope he can keep his eye on the ball.
Hey.
And he doesn't ship too many goals. I'm here all day, guys.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a joke about 1-1-1, like with the cricket, you get a Nelson, don't you? But I don't think there's one applicable to football. But yeah, he's not had many minutes, has he? So it's a big day for him. I bet he'll be pretty nervous. I mean, they're not a massively inferior opposition at all.
No.
We want to take the FA Cup seriously, which I'm sure Enzo's saying because we're former winners. So it's a big day for him. But I'm hopeful that with Cody on there, Cody seems to be a born leader, doesn't he? Even the stuff you see outside of the game, like he's always coaxing youngsters and the arm around the shoulder type of player and person in the dressing room. So I think having him next to him, rather than maybe Fass or Vestergaard, who I would say aren't as much like that, I think Cody will be there for him. It's important, isn't it? You've got to take the plunge sometime if you want to make it.
Yeah. And look, he's been on the bench several times. So Enzo obviously thinks he's ready, and Enzo we trust. And look, if we lose this, I mean, I can see some of the headlines now, sort of, we put a B team out, and I said earlier they weren't used to playing, blah blah blah. I want to win, Brad. Obviously, I want to win because I want Leicester to win every game. But if at the end of the day, I've got the score wrong and let's say it's 2-1 to Millwall, unless we play absolutely awful, I can't say I'm going to sort of be crying in my soup tonight.
Well, no, that's the thing. This is kind of the thing when you're when you're not a Premier League side, your priorities differ a little bit. If Leicester were sort of 10th in the Premier League and we weren't in any danger of going down, but we weren't looking like challenging for Europe, you'd be like, well, good cup run, could be nice, let's get past Millwall, see how far we could go. But our priorities are being made easier by Leeds United. I mean, mind the gap Leeds, and that because they've been dropping points and we've got a bit of a steady gap in the league. So we could still chance our arm, but also if we did get knocked out, our priorities are getting back into the Premiership. Let's face it. That's number one goal. A cup run is more of a bonus, and our financial situation compared to other teams in this division, it's not necessary to have a nice little cup run to go on to it. And I don't mean that to sound disrespectful. It's just we have amazingly wealthy owners, and a lot of teams in this division have decent owners, but a cup run's kind of vital to their financial situation. So if we lose and play okay, I'm all right with it.
Kate, coming back on that then, I was reading, looking at Enzo's press conference, and I take on board completely what Brad was saying, and I was thinking the same. But then I see Enzo saying, "Look, yes, we've got to release players from the squad to bring anybody in, which great. Everson's the first, but B, we've got to sell before we can buy."
Right, I hadn't seen that he'd said that. Yeah, that's an interesting point, isn't it? I mean, I'd seen a bit about Pratt today, that he may be allowed to go, but it won't be till the very end of the transfer window to decide whether or not we may need him as a backup. I mean, that's an interesting point, isn't it? I would really like us to see Fatawu sign and just get him on the books.
I said that to Craig the other day, and I think he pointed out, he said, if we sign him, does he then go off the boil? Because he's got that contract. Enzo's doing well, and maybe just say, look, as he came out and said, this is his chance to prove himself.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't really know how players are incentivized, I guess, but he seems to be playing the best football of his life and seems to be really enjoying the club and the method of play and how Enzo's sort of tactics suit him. It's just a difficult one, isn't it? I don't like the fact that we need to sell before we can buy, but I get it. We've got some expensive players on the books that aren't being particularly useful at the moment, but we're also in a bit of a situation where we've got players at AFCON, some unexpected injuries as well. So you don't want to leave yourself too short. So it's hard to, I mean, who would you sell right now? It's quite difficult to think of that, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, and I'm just going to read out factually. For me, I would have said Pratt because I just think he's becoming a liability. But Brad, this is what came out of the press conference. City were clear what they wanted to do. Indeed, less than a week after the window opened, Daniel Leverson moved to Stoke on loan, and City now have an open spot in the squad. But then, asked about the possibility of bringing players in, Marchesa said at Friday's press conference, "We are not able to do anything unless we sell players." This was a surprise. The manager had not given any indication previously that City actually had to make some money from those who left before they could make a signing. The talk behind the scenes was that City would be in the market for a player or two to strengthen their promotion bid. Now, all of a sudden, it seems they won't be. The situation is quite clear, said Marchesa. Since we started, we have clear targets, but in this moment, we are not allowed to do anything. I mean, Gray said there, Brad, oh, look, FFP, and it's a very good point, but we sold £80 million worth of players. We certainly didn't spend £80 million in the summer.
No, we didn't. I mean, I don't know what the difference is in the structure in the Championship compared to the Premier League, if that plays an effect on it. And I also just wonder if Enzo just doesn't want to bring someone in for the sake of bringing a player in. He wants it to have a logic. He wants to have there's no point bringing someone in that you kind of see as a first team player if you've got no room for them in the inn. And that's kind of maybe what he was trying to say from that. There's no point signing a midfielder as a backup when we've still got Pratt, because that'd be unfair to him and the effort he's put in when he's been available. So, maybe that's where his wording is kind of getting misconstrued. I don't know. Maybe it is an FFP thing. There's only a certain handful of people, that know that know the truth, but it sounds like he doesn't want to bring somebody in to go, oh yeah, by the way, I've brought you in, but we actually haven't been able to get rid of this player and that player, so we can't register, so you can't play this season. We don't want, another Adrian Silva situation in the sense that we sign someone and then can't play him for 6 months because we can't register him to the team. Yeah. So maybe that's how he means it. I don't know.
Were his words actually we can't buy before we sell?
That was what it's quoted. It's in quote marks.
Yeah. Yes, also because managers are clever like that, and I think Maresca is really excellent at revealing the bare minimum to the press. To be honest, he seems to be really good at directing stuff in a very respectful way. That could also mean that we just can't purchase, but we've got some opportunity to loan. I don't know.
I mean, we are allowed 5 loan players. We've got 4 at the moment, so we can only take 1 loan in. Which is obviously why everybody's saying, let's buy Fatawu, and that gives us a chance. Because I think in January, loan deals are better than, especially for players we're not sure about. Fatawu, we're pretty sure about that. Eunice, you could argue the jury's still out. And obviously Doyle and Kashade are probably going to go back to their clubs. If at the start of the window, we actually didn't make any purchases, whether that's loan or whether that's buying anybody, Kate, given the strength of our squad, unless we get really serious injuries, and let's presume everybody stays reasonably fit, and I know about Ndidi, I mean, this is a squad that doesn't... Where would you improve it?
I think the only thing for me with Ndidi's situation is I think a number 8 role we might need, because Harry Winks sits just behind and he just keeps it ticking over, doesn't he? Whereas because of Wilk's more prominent attacking presence now, and he's just so physical and he can cover so much ground in a short space of time because of his long legs. We've missed his physicality when he's not been on the pitch. That's the only thing I worry about. And there's some more physicality in the Championship, I would say, that suits Wilf's game a bit better. So that's the only area that I think we're a tad short. I mean, we can cover, and we've bought ourselves an amazing gap at the top of the table. We've earned that. But it's just, without Wilf's a big miss. That takes us to mid-April potentially, which is pretty much the end of the season. And you'd like to think if we've still got a 10-point gap, we could be automatically promoted by then. Yeah.
Brad, I mean, how long was Wilf out before? Was it 4 weeks or something? I don't seem to remember that it coincided. I don't think we lost those games when we didn't have Wilf, did we, or did we?
I I don't think we did. I just think we did, like Kate said, I think we did notice a bit of a change in the tempo. But when these sort of things happen, you need somebody to sort of step up to the mark. And you talk about low knees. People have been looking, having a question mark, if you will, over Cassaday. And we've always said here, sometimes players, they need a run in the side to kind of get the confidence going and showcase what they're going to do. Well, we're not going to have Wolf back until the end of the season, and like Kate said, that hopefully coincides with his return being, champions of the championship, or at least promoted, if not at that stage. So someone's got to take this responsibility. Someone's got to take it by the scruff of the neck. And if Castay's going to change people's opinions of him, maybe. He's got 3 months to do it. So, like I said, I'm not concerned that we won't. I don't think it's going to fall apart because Wilfred's not in there. That's certainly not the case. I just think maybe we'll see a slight change in how we approach things. But we'll see. Got to give him time.
Indeed. Ipswich have just, I believe, signed Blackburn skipper as a midfielder, Kate.
Okay.
Apparently, he's not played as much this season. And by the way, sorry, Jeff, yes, is the answer to your question. I like I say, and suddenly these injuries seem to have come out of nowhere. There's like 6 injuries. But as long as they're not, like we said, apart from Wilf, I don't think we've got a bad squad. And sometimes, and I always go back to Newcastle and Kevin Keegan and his I love it season, when Newcastle were absolutely flying away from Man United. They were top of the league, and they brought in, who was the player they brought in? The Peruvian, I think it was.
Is it Aspria?
Aspria, that's it, yeah. Colombian, whichever. And they brought him in, which was a great signing, but suddenly it disrupted the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to be careful, haven't you? It's a real, off the pitch sometimes, it's a real game of chess football, isn't it? Especially with FFP now as well. It's just, there's constant balancing acts having to be done. And it's the same with not just having, Faustino Aspria was flipping brilliant, wasn't he? What a great player to watch. But at the same time, if someone's going to shove the team out of sync and out of balance, you've got to really weigh up and do a cost-benefit analysis of including that player. He could be a superstar, but if it makes your other 10 players underperform, it's a real problem. But I do have confidence in Enzo because I think just the flexibility that he seems to show of including everybody if they're engaged. I mean, starting the young lad today is amazing, and he's looking at Alves to bring in the future. Hopefully, he'll be ready as well. That could be someone that he's already in the senior squad. If he can get McAteer seems to have not really played since the Blackburn match properly. I just trust that he'll be able to make the right decisions at the right time and keep everything balanced because he seems to have a really balanced dressing room.
Indeed. And like you say, I know the thing of if it's not fixed, why break it? But Brad, the thing is, as I just said, will it improve what we've got? And there's no point bringing players in just because we can. It's got to add something or improve what is there already.
Yeah, it does. And I don't think Enzo's the sort of manager, like I said, that's going to go out for the sake of going out and buying someone just because there's a space that's necessary. At the end of the day, that's the reason you have a 25-man squad, because he obviously, as we've seen before his injury, he entrusts Cassaday to step into that role and take it on going forward, whether it's through injury or just to rotate the side. So, is there a need for him to go into the market just to get a player in? No, and I can't imagine Enzo would go out and buy somebody who would upset the apple cart, because I think the problem that Keegan had back then is he tried to cater to one player who he'd signed, obviously, for whether that was conditions, what he was expecting why he signed for him. Whereas Enzo caters for the need of the team. So even if he did go out and buy somebody, I'd have a lot of faith that he's making the right decision in the player he's bringing in to come in and do the job and not disrupt anything.
Yeah, no, indeed.
be influenced a lot by what was going on outside the club, like, you know, the threat of Liverpool, the threat of Man United. He really bit back in the press, didn't he? And you wonder if that impacted the squad at all. Whereas I just don't think Enzo switches any of those noises on. I think he just concentrates on the job at hand, and that's it.
Yeah, indeed. Sorry, I'm just messaging somebody. Yeah, I agree. As it's a strange situation to be in. Like, well, if we lose, we lose. You know what I mean? It is a completely weird situation. But look, I have gone 2-1. Brad, you've gone 2-0. Kate has gone 3-1. Gray has gone 2-1. Anthony has gone 4-0. The Arsenal fan really bigging us up there. Spencer's gone 2-0. Lifty, as Elevator, has gone 2-1. Apparently, Elevator had a bit of an accident and he let off a really big fart the other day. Of course, being Elevator, it was wrong on so many levels.
Joke in there somewhere.
Yes, you could tell there was one coming, couldn't you? I'm back on the radio tomorrow, Monday morning, folks. You've missed my humour on that, I know. Highfields has gone 3-0. Jeff has gone 2-0. Fee is in. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, Fee. How are you? Hope you are well. Now, she agrees with you, Kate, almost, but she's gone 3-0. Right. It looks like I'm going to be able to watch. If you've got a Fire Stick, that's all I'm saying. You may be able to watch the game. Those that know. It's a bit annoying because I've just signed up to Bet365, so you can watch it. But yeah, okay, guys, are you both free at half time?
I'm not, unfortunately. No, I'm only going to be able to be part of the game today. Wow.
No problem.
I should be free at half time. Yeah, come on.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Brad, Kate. Well, all the best. You know, thanks for coming on now. Fingers crossed. Come on, you foxes, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's hope so.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks to Kate and thanks to Brad, and we will see them at half time. Right, let me just have a little play around. Which is wondering it's why I wear glasses. And then we will make a start. Yep. Okay, Fee. Honestly, I got my words mixed up. We're going to be back. To watch it live. We'll do that straight after this.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Indeed. Let me just put my earpieces in. So no spoilers, and guys, no putting other results in the chat either. I will read other results out, and because otherwise you could confuse the mods, and if they see that you're telling us that another game is 2-0, they'll just probably kick you anyway, or I will. So no spoilers and no match scores from any match. It's just the easiest way to do it. Yeah, I just put a bit on us winning, Scott. Maybe Lifty, maybe. Hi, Rennie. Right, so the mods are in control of the chat today, and here we go. So Third round, it's Millwall against Leicester. Leicester are in the orange top, as you can see me wearing. Let me just, there we go. And white shorts and orange socks. Third strip, the very dark blue of Millwall in shirts, white shorts, and blue socks. Leicester kicking from left to right as we look at it, and Millwall right to left. It's going to be interesting because I say, Millwall coming forward at the moment on it's on the far side. Remember, Millwall kicking right to left in their home strip, blue and white. Oh, it was a good cross in, but it was defended well. Albright. Eunice now. Eunice coming forward down this near wing. Made a bit of a move, looking for. Nobody's really giving him any options to pass to. Albrighton gets it back to Ricardo, and it goes all the way back to Nelson. So Stolchak in goal, just playing with the ball. He's in the purple and cerise, is it, kit? Would you say? So I'm guessing Nelson is in the middle of the back four, playing the Vestergaard role. Cody to his left, to his right, Doyle to his left, Ricardo playing that inverted right back. Long ball forward, but it's cut out by Millwall, and they're on the far side as they play down. Oh, a lovely 1-2 there for Millwall. Oh, good defending. It's just put them off, but the cross still comes in. Too far for the Millwall strikers, but they still have it. Millwall still got it. Millwall still coming forward. They made a good start, Millwall. Crosses the ball in. Oh, Stolchak goes up and claims it very, very well, in fairness. Well played by Stolchak. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right or not. I have absolutely no idea. So 4 minutes. 4 minutes just gone now. Leicester on this near side, trying to get it through. Millwall just about keeping hold of it there. Oh, Marcel there. Oh, a little neat play by Marcel on the far side, but loses it out. And now Millwall can break on the far side. There's options in the middle if he can get the ball across. Oh, he shoots himself. Probably not the best move, but a good stop by Stolchak there. Probably Millwall have had the better of the starts. Starlacek. Even the oh, Nelson tries to play 1-4-4 Brighton. He doesn't get to it, and it'll go back to the Millwall goalkeeper. Cannon's not really got into the game yet. Okay, Millwall playing it across an open goal there. That was a bit risky, but they got away with it. And now they can break on the far side. Leicester looking a little bit disjointed at the moment. Like we've probably said, with so many changes, it's kind of expected. Now, right-hand side again now for Millwall. Oh, another good save from Solchuk. I'm sure Brad's going to be very happy there with his goalkeeping buddy. Dino, welcome along. So long kick up from Stolchik. Reached the Leicester player, but it goes off the Leicester player for a Millwall throw. So, wow. Now they've got space down the near side, Millwall, and they're coming forward. Plays it across. Oh, a shot there from Nesbitt for Millwall, but it's high and into relative safety for Leicester. But the moment Millwall are looking the better side. There's no doubts about it. This season, Lifty probably, we should win the league, shouldn't we? But if we finish second, we finish second. So he's been called into early duty, Starchek. Oh, an up and under there from Leicester, but it's headed back to the Millwall keeper, so Cannon doesn't bother chasing it, and it's played out to Millwall. Cuts inside, and it goes back to their goalkeeper. Hiya, Phil from Sweden. How are you doing, mate? Nice to have you in. Millwall managing to keep the ball. They are looking. I'm not sure how many changes Millwall have made, but they are looking, I've got to say, the better team. And they come forward again. Mitchell's coming forward for them. Leicester haven't quite got it. Well, they can't seem to get it away, Leicester. It's blocked by Piera. And it comes, it's who are Leicester players, but Leicester are under pressure now. Certainly Millwall are on top. You can hear the Leicester fans singing the Vichai song. Always good to hear. So, Stolchik just playing it forward. Nelson over to Doyle. Cody. Actually, Cody on the left. To Nelson. Chowdhury. Back to Stolchik. I think Cody may just have Nelson here. Oh, Nelson nearly losing out, but he manages to get it back to the goalkeeper. Bohu, Happy New Year to you as well, sir. Hope you had a good one. So throw into Leicester on the far side. Inside the in the half. Doyle's got the ball. Looking for options to throw it to. Nobody's moving for him. Finally somebody does. So Chowdhury back out to Nelson. Nelson appears. I tell you what, the back three seem to be interchanging at the moment. Nelson's now on the right. Gets it back from Ricardo. Chowdhury's asking for it. Cody, Doyle. I don't know if this is a plan or it's just the way that the game is going, but the back three, when Ricardo's not there, does seem to be swapping around. Oh, Cannon could have got through then. It was a lovely ball through to Cannon. He didn't quite. Oh, and then the chip over is headed clear there for a throw-in. A corner, sorry, to Leicester. It was a lovely ball. Cody to Atgun. Played Cannon through. Cannon just couldn't quite get on the end of it. The goalkeeper came out quick and got to it. It was crossed back in then by Albrighton, but it's gone out for a corner on the far side. Remember, Leicester kicking from left to right. That was the first chance there, probably the best chance of the game so far for Leicester. Well, I say the only chance. I'm okay, Fee. I'm okay. Just a little bit concerned because Millwall have been on top, but this corner could change things. Comes in, poor corner. Booted out by the Millwall, but it looks good for Millwall, actually. I'm not sure who that's going to be given to. Nobody. It never went out. And it's back with Leicester's defenders. 14 minutes gone. 0-0 at the moment. Ipswich have gone 1-0 up to Wimbledon. Piera now coming forward. Albrighton now can't get the ball in. It comes off a Millwall defender for a throw-in. Coventry beating Oxford United 2-1. Maidstone, Stevenage, Millwall, Leicester both are 0-0. Happy birthday for the 20th, Rennie. Chowdhury gives the ball away. Oh, now Millwall give the ball away. Leicester now. Atgun! Can he do it? At gun. Oh, pass it. Now he passes it to Albrighton on the edge of the box. He chips it in. It's a goal! It's a goal! Leicester City, Cassidy! What a goal! What a goal! Against the run of play. Cassidy gets his third goal of the season. Right. Somebody's going to get... Don't ban that guy because I'm just going to kick him out and ban him. I just need to go on. There's always one dickhead, and most of them quite often are from the Indian subcontinent, to be honest with you. I just need to go onto another screen to ban him. Yeah, it's okay, Gray. I've actually gone on and hidden him from the channel. So if he comments in the future, we won't be able to see it. First dickhead of the day. And the first dickhead of the day has gone because... Yeah, like I say, spoilers, we're not going to time you out. We're just going to kick you out. So what will happen is, if you do a spoiler of any description, the mod will time you out, and then I will go in and I'll make sure that we don't see any of your messages again. So basically, it's hidden on the channel, and it basically means that we will never see any of his comments again. So it was a dick for a minute, and he's gone. But it's 1-0 Leicester. And I got to say, what a goal it was. Eunice was running with ball, passed it to Albrighton, chip in, and then you've got Cassidy on the end of it. Sunderland and Newcastle have just kicked off. So, I've got to say, probably against the run of play, but who matters? Indeed, Highfields, indeed. Spencer as well. It was a boring game last night. I only watched from about the 60th minute. Got to say, world-class goal for Spurs, but my God. It was Wolves. It was a great pass. Tell what to Tottenham? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. So 16 minutes, Cassidy from a cross by Albrighton. It was a good goal. Like I say, in fairness, Millwall were on top. Doyle's giving a foul away. He's asking, questioning why. Oh, well, right in front of the linesman. Cheers, everybody. If Inches want to, well, it's Bulmers. If they want to sponsor me, there we go. Other ciders are available. Definitely boohoo. An elevator, sorry, definitely elevator. Somebody is injured at the moment, just getting he's got a bleeding lip.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Okay, so he's having to change his shirt. He's obviously got blood on it. There's a free kick there to Millwall. Doug, welcome along, mate. Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much. Cloudy lemonade cider. It's lovely grey. I didn't mind the lemon cider. I don't mind the fruits of the forest, but for me, it's got to be apple every time. You're welcome, Boohoo. Piero clock indeed. Now Leicester trying to get the free kick away with Albrighton. Puts it out for a throw-in on the far side. And it's quickly taken now. Oh, good defending by Leicester. Oh! Millwall haven't got many players back, but I think it was Eunice lost the ball. It's a shame because it was a... Oh, got a free kick now, Millwall. It was a lovely break from Leicester. Wiz, well, you know, make as many coffees as you want, mate. Nate, hi Nate, how you doing? Thanks very much for your message earlier. I didn't actually need any of them because it is on my normal stream, which it wasn't supposed to be, but it is. Liverpool top of the league, Doug? Won't last, will it? We know it won't last. Sorry, Doug. Hope you and your family all well. Millwall coming back into this now. I'm a bit worried we might have poked the bear a little bit with that, but look, who cares? Wimbledon 1, Ipswich 1 now. Wimbledon have got one back. Coventry 3, Oxford United 0. After 20 minutes, you've got to say that's probably only going to go one way. Maidstone 0, Stevenage 0, Millwall 0, Leicester 1, Sunderland 0, Newcastle 0 after 7 minutes. We're halfway through this first half and we get a free kick in the box for Leicester City. Luke, how are you doing? Kate, Blue Kate is back. Makes me laugh when I say that. I'm sorry, I'm a child, I know. Nice to see you as well, Kate. Hope you are well. Yeah, no, you know I'm jesting. I'm jesting, Lifty. As you know, I absolutely haven't. I've nothing against Liverpool. If it was Liverpool or one of the other two, the only reason I don't want you to win it again is because you've got the one the same as us, and then you'll go above us. But yeah, I like Liverpool, as you know. I can remember when Liverpool absolutely used to smash Man United everywhere. Leicester playing it across at the back. Oh, chipped out, but not very well by Stolchik to a Millwall player. Oh, shot. What another good save by Stolchik. Tell you what, Stolchik's the busy of the keepers. Definitely. I had an excellent Christmas, thank you, Kate. Absolutely excellent. Hope you did as well. Everybody's got more Premier League titles than Spurs. Right, we've got 100 in watching. We've got 34 likes. We're halfway through the first half. We need to get to 50 by the half time. That way we get the second half watch along as well. Down to 33 likes. Somebody's unliked. Now up to 35. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, he's done all well. He's done well, Wolf Stolchik, definitely. So, in talking of which, he is with the ball at the moment, doing the old sweeper keeper role. 25 minutes on the clock. Oh, Ricky P loses the ball though. Now Millwall come away. They're gonna cross it. Oh, but no. Oh, pinball in the Leicester box. They're having shots left, right, and centre. Millwall, but every time they only shoot it against the Leicester player. 7 players back then, Leicester City. But Millwall, I mean, I think it hit Doyle twice there. Look, in fairness, Millwall are looking good. When they break, they do look good. So they're throwing with Doyle on the left-hand side. Not many options for him. Millwall, of course, will be looking for 42 likes. Thank you, guys. He was 4th choice or 3rd choice because he'd made the bench a few times. Everson hadn't. Everson's gone, so Ward's up to 3rd. I think Scott said earlier that his contract's up at the end of the season. Fee, I'd forgotten about that, Fee. Thank you very much, Fee. As always, you are a lovely lady. Thank you. Would you take? Well, yeah, I wouldn't be against Spurs, to be honest with you. Basically, because I like what's he called, the manager. The 27 minutes gone. At the moment, Leicester City are in the driving seat. Nelson there. Ooh. You're going to get a yellow card. I don't think the referee has. But did his job, Nelson. Did his job. Cassidy, Doug. Only till the end of the season, I think, true. I think his... you do need 3 decent goalkeepers. And the thing is a bit like Jakubovic when we had him. Very rarely going to have probably a chance of a game. But just in case, if you've got 2 keepers and one gets injured, you do need a second one. I think Smithies might go at the end of the season, but we do need that 3rd keeper. And we can't, I mean, Ward is on too much money to be a 3rd keeper. Although Everson, he signed a 5.5-year deal last year. There's a Millwall player down at the moment.
Leicester Till I Die TV. Your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
So it's a Leicester throw-in on the far side. At the moment, Leicester got 66. Oh, hang on. Cassidy. Oh, he kept control of the ball. Well done, Cassidy. It was a difficult one for him. Oh, Eunice is taken out, but no, says the referee. It was fair. So Millwall have had 6 shots. Leicester have had 1. They've had 3 on target. We've had 1, which of course, thank you, back of the net. 66% possession at the moment to Leicester, though, which is a surprise. Oh, Chowdhury beaten to the ball on the edge of the box. Oh, a shot there from Millwall, but it's not miles over the bar, but it certainly went over. Stolchik, I think he knew it was. Didn't really make much of an effort there. He jumps up, but takes his hand down, so he didn't give it out for a goal kick. Chowdhury sort of slipping there, losing the ball. But it's a goal kick to Leicester City. 30 minutes on the clock. 2/3 of the first half gone now. And it is 1-0. 43 likes. We need to try and get to 50. Yeah, I went yesterday, Fee, as Gray said. Adel, it was Cassidy from an Albrighton cross. There's a throw into Leicester now on the near side. We need to just stay strong until half time. Going in at 1-1. So Leicester have it in midfield with Chowdhury. Out to Doyle. Doyle back to Cody. To Vestergaard. That force of habit to Nelson. Crowd getting a little bit uppity there because of a challenge. But so what? Chowdhury on the ball. Ricky P. Turned by Cassidy. I mean, overall, you've got to say Millwall probably have been the better team. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, please get the lights up, guys. We're at 46. We need to get to 50. We've got 8 minutes to do it in. Or 7.5, if I'm going to be precise. 94 of you are watching. 46 of you have liked it. So Doyle running forward with the ball, looking for options. There isn't a lot more there going forward. Thank you, guys. We're up to 48. It goes back to Stolchik. Oh, a little bit short there from the pass, and Millwall intercept it and come away now. Oh, deflection there. Millwall looks so dangerous when they break, and they are breaking a lot down the left, our left. Took a deflection, went out for a corner. So number 15 for Millwall to take a corner, kicking right to left on the near side here. Oh, good header there, but it hits the netting on the top of the goal. 52 likes, guys. You are amazing. Thank you very, very much. Well, I think we have to accept with this team, yes, it is sloppy at times, but thank you, Gray. But it's a squad that hasn't played together. And we still check there, sure what to do. Winces a little bit. So yeah, that was what I said right at the start, that we may notice that this team haven't played together much. All good players, but just not had. We don't know what they do in training, obviously, but and that's my only worry. Oh, and again, another deflection. And it'll be another corner. So at the moment, Leicester are holding on. Just can't get the ball away. Be careful that one of those deflections doesn't go past Olczyk into the goal. Indeed, Gray, indeed. 8 attempts from Millwall, 1 from Leicester. Oh, Cooper gets it there. There was a big cheer before because they thought Cooper might get a penalty. It wasn't given. And it came out, crossed back in. Cooper got his head on it, but Olczyk just went up and collected it. So as much as we've got all the Millwall pressure, obviously the main stat is the one that you can see just there, which says Leicester City are leading Millwall 1-0. No other changes. All the other matches were as they were. So Wimbledon 1, Ipswich 1, Coventry City 3, Oxford United 1, Maidstone United 0, Stevenage 0, Millwall 0, Leicester City 1, Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 0. That's going to be a bit of a humdinger, isn't it? The old North East derby. That's just 20 minutes. Chelsea host Preston at 5:30, and then there are a raft of 3 o'clock games as well. I think I can honestly, that's a free kick. Dutchman goes down for Ipswich, for Millwall. Knew what he was doing. Cody just behind him. Yeah, it was a free kick. He played for that, did the Millwall player, and got it. I think if you were watching this game and you hadn't seen the score, the score wasn't on the screen, you'd be watching this and thinking Millwall must be ahead. Long ball forward there. Oh, headed out by the defender for Millwall. Oh, Cassidy goes past one. Very Mahrez-like, going past one, then tries to do too much when he should have passed. Yes! 2-0! Get in! Ricardo Pereira! Wow! Leicester had a little bit of pressure. Ricardo. 1-2, gets the ball. Then to Pereira. To Cassidy. Lovely chip through. 2-0. I hope that wasn't a... I'm sure it wasn't Boohoo or anybody, but I'm sure there was no... Wow, 2-0. Completely, yes. Wow. 40 minutes gone. I literally, had I not just said, if you were watching this and you hadn't seen the score, that you might think, this could be, this is more likely they're going to be Millwall on top. and then we go and do that. But hey, that's what it is, Millwall. Don't take your chances. And they have got a player down at the moment, as I'm just playing with my camera. But it is 2-0. Indeed, Gray. Indeed. Yeah, Jeff. Jeff, nice pressure. Yeah, we haven't had much pressure, but the pressure did lead to the goal. 2 chances, 2 goals. Yep, indeed, Buru. Looks like Millwall are having to make a change as well.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Thank you very much, Free Millwall kickoff. There's going to be a bit of stoppage time, I'm guessing. Well, if we play like this, I'm presuming that's after a game on Monday night. Feet, as I say, thank you very much. 2-0 to Leicester City. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. What? Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Leicester come away again. Oh! That was a good shot there from Eunice. But probably was never going to go in, but worth a chance. Or Brighton maybe could have just sneaked in and tucked it over the goalkeeper. Yes, indeedy.
Well, I don't believe it.
Rumours of 5 minutes stoppage time. So, Millwall now. Oh, Chowdhury just like he's a lot older than he is. I mean, he just used his experience there, just calms it down. And now Leicester have got a break. Eunice, Cannon, sorry, he's looking for help. Gets it from Albrighton. Cannon not really been able to fire those shots in. It has to be said, not his game. Excuse me. The moment, Leicester, well, I've got to say that this is a team that hasn't played together. A long ball out from Stolchip, but he goes all the way through to the opposition goalkeeper. Injured, Doug, injured. Not sure if he's going to go or not. Good defending there by Leicester. Putting it out for a throw-in. Wow, really, Fee? R.I.P. Terry Venables. Should have been England manager for longer than he was if it wasn't for that plonker, Alan Sugar. Suing him, and then the FA plonkers. Not having the balls to stick with him. Oh, Millwall are through here. It is 5 minutes of stoppage time, everybody. There's a corner now. No. The commentators curse. The commentator there saying, like, one of these is going to work out for Millwall. Then he kicks it straight to a Leicester defender. That didn't work so well, did it? Oh, cut out there by Chowdhury. Well, and now Leicester got the break. But again, oh, he gets it to Cannon. Oh, it's a booted out all the way there. So throw-in not very good for Leicester. Booted clear by Millwall. That will go out for a Leicester throw-in. I'm probably not going to be in too much of a hurry to take this. Yeah, exactly, Gray. Exactly. Enzo talking to somebody, but he's talking to him in Italian, so I can't say what he's saying. Careful at the back, Leicester. You can feel the confidence growing. You can feel the confidence growing with this Leicester side, though. We're now starting to, 2 goals. They're starting to play it around a little bit now. I suppose they're playing, but they're always going to get better as the game went on. That said, just giving the ball away. Commentators curse again, for bloody hell's sake. So Millwall coming now at Leicester. They soaked that bit of pressure up from Leicester. They did concede the goal, obviously, but passing it around in their own half. This will be fine for Leicester. I mean, Millwall must look at this at half-time and thinking, well, flippy hell, if Leicester are going to make changes, who are they bringing on? Maidstone have gone 1-0 up against Stevenage. So 48 minutes gone. Just coming up to 49. Leicester now. Millwall crossing it over. Cody just deals with it. Calmly just passing it down as we are into the last minute. A couple of injuries, boo-hoo. A couple of Millwall players were down and one of them had to go off. So, and then obviously Leicester, the stoppage, I think it was for, not sure who it was for, to be honest with you. Possibly it was for Marchal. I think it was Marchal actually, who had a cut lip. Oh, ball taken there off for Millwall. Millwall coming forward. Oh, again, a poor ball. And Cassidy can just look what he wants to do with it, to be honest with you. He's got the time. Oh, Chowdhury there. A little bit casual. He gets away with it. Ah, there it is. It is half-time. And it is Millwall 0, Leicester City 2. Hopefully Brad will be joining us. Doug. Doug, sorry, mate. I've got to give it to you as I'll give it to everybody. Read the instructions below, mate. Read the instructions below. We'll be back in a few minutes. I just need to go and point Percy.
Coming up next on Leicester Till I Die TV.
Yes, indeed. And coming up next is that tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Join myself and Brad, and we will be looking at Everson going to Stoke, and then obviously the other games that we, or the other players that we are being linked with. Being linked with a Liverpool player, Dalio at Manchester United, I'm trying to think who the Liverpool player is. Let me just have a look. We've got a couple of Liverpool fans in. Somebody will tell me, I'm sure. I hate this Leicestershire Live site. Carvalho. Lifty, if you're in, and Doug. I'm sorry, Doug, I had to time you out. The rules are the same for everybody. No, it says along the bottom there, no scores from any reason, from any game, to be honest with you. Carvalho, yep, thank you very much. Just beat you to it then. Andreas is in. Hi, Andreas, how you doing? Need to get hold of the ball better. I need to, sorry. Okay. Very casual right there at the end, Chowdhury. Good first half. Same again in the second half would be good. I reckon we would have struggled if Brendan was still the manager. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Cassidy, man of the first half. Morning, good half. Morning, Steve. How the devil are you? Right. Let me bring my compatriot in. And say hello, Brad.
Hello, that's the kindest words you've ever spoke to me this year. Is it new year, new you, Chris?
It's early in the new year. Don't take anything. Don't read anything into it.
There's still time for it to change. I see.
I mean, look, if you'd have, I don't know if you've been able to watch it at all.
No, sadly, I've not.
No, well, whether it's how, I don't know if it's come over the same as you've been listening to it, but I've got to be honest with you. If I didn't know the score, I hadn't seen the goals, and I just, there was no score on the screen, I'd have been watching that game thinking, yeah, Millwall are going to be ahead in this. Just wait to tell me how many by. But football's a funny old game, someone once said, didn't they?
They did, and they'd be very correct because, yeah, it definitely has sounded like two smash and grab goals by Leicester. They've kind of, Matt Elliott kind of said, well, Leicester might claim, well, we were waiting on that. We was waiting to spring a trap, and it's worked twice for them. And look, you're never going to complain about winning the game of football, even if you're not on top. I think, yet again, Leicester have shown their quality in depth because, you always say at this level, the one thing you're cautious about from the Championship to the step up is, you're not always going to get these chances, so you have to start taking your chances when you get them because you're not going to get this many in the Premier League if you get promoted. I know it's this cup game, but it's still the same point in principle. And Leicester have had two decent chances and took them both, so. We said before the game kicked off, Chris, that we wouldn't mind if Leicester lost, but put in the performance. I think Millwall are putting in the performance we were after, but we're getting the goals, so it's working out a treat for us. To be in a position we're in.
At times, you can see that we are a many change side. That has to be said.
Yeah.
Thanks for that elevator. I was wondering, Doug, but mate, not a problem, mate. Can't show favouritism, but never a problem, mate. Thanks for understanding. Welcome back, Renee. I'm just sweating you up, Brad. Don't be fooled. Chris will soon be referring back to you as Goalkeepers Union before long. Jimmy, I know it was Jimmy Greaves. Stephen. Yes, indeed. I don't know. I think Scott's had a few, but look, yeah. Yeah, it did look. You could tell we would look disjointed. Passes were going all over the place. Millwall definitely the team that was on top, but it's all about taking your chances. And look, we got better. As the first half, in the last few minutes, we were passing the ball around like they've been playing together for ages. I've got to say, it is a smash and grab if we end up winning, but look, it's all about taking your chances. And just as I'm looking now, Brad, 11 shots for Millwall, 4 on target, none in the goal. 3 for Leicester, 3 on target, and 1 in the back of the net.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just shows the side of football. Your clinicalness is always going to be the one that decides the outcome. You know, I've always said when it comes to stats, the only one that matters is the goals. And like you said, whether Millwall have had 11 or 27 chances, they failed to make them chances count. And I feel like that actually is what's played a hand in Leicester getting the 2 goals they've got, Chris, because, you know, we scored the goal against the run of play, you could say, at that point, and I kind of expected with us to score that it'd kind of swing the balance in our favour, but credit to Millwall, they kept going. But, you know, you don't score, you don't take one of these big chances you get against a disjointed side like Leicester in terms of personnel changes, then, you know, like teams did to us last season, Chris, when we were dominating spells for like 10, 15 minutes, they go and score again. So, I think, look, it take a lot for Millwall to have the strength to come back and try and take this to a replay or even more spectacularly, turn it around and win this tie. It's not out of the realms of possibility, but you feel like that second goal just absolutely killed them off. Because like you say, Chris, after that goal, it was just Leicester just having a bit of a field day.
Yes, definitely. We like, you know, and like I say, look, you make that many changes, and you know, if you hadn't and we'd got injuries, then everyone would have been going mad. And I think we all sat here because of the way the season's going. Well, I certainly was, and I think you were as well. Like, yes, we want to win it, but look, if we lose it, it's not the end of the world. So understood they weren't exactly gelling, but towards the end, obviously played the 45 minutes they had started to. Bit confused at the back. Nelson, Cody and Doyle. Wasn't sure. At one point, Cody was on the left, Nelson on the right, with Doyle in the middle. Whether they were just settling into the play or not, I don't know. But it is definitely Nelson on the right, Cody centre, Doyle left now. Look, 16 minutes. Gates the run of play. Got to have to say that. 1-0. Eunice runs, gets it to Albrighton. Lovely crossing from Albrighton. And Cassidy, wow. Header in. Thank you, Vienna.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked out perfectly, isn't it? Like you said, you make all these changes, you wonder how it's going to go, and it just seems we just do the same but with different personnel, because it was a fantastic ball in by Albrighton, good old Kevin, still reliable with a crossing, and look, Cassidy's proven his aerial threat that we thought he must have, being 6 foot plus. You know, that's 2 goals now he's headed in the space of 2 games.
Sorry, Brad. Do you think all these changes have actually helped Cassidy in this game? Because, yes, all right, you got Albrighton with a lot of experience. Atgun, who's only been here as long as Cassidy has. Chowdhury, who's been here longer. But when you look at those sort of, you know, take the 4 defenders out, including Ricky, you know, compared to Chowdhury, Albrighton, Atgun, Marchal and Cannon, Cassidy's probably had more game time than all of them. And it's almost like, come on now, you've got to step up. You're the most experienced this season. And he's almost doing that. Somebody said earlier, virtually the player of the half.
Yeah, he really was. It's almost like with the absence that we've been informed about, you know, indeed, that Enzo said to him, look, you need to step up. You're only on loan here for a little while longer. We want to make the best out of you. I'm sure you want to develop it. You know, it's a different style of player to Ndidi. Obviously, he's not got the ability to run through defence and twinkle toes his way past 3 players. So you kind of got to accommodate what's in front of you. And the last sort of 2 games, Chris, we've accommodated his style of play, if you will, to a degree, without tearing the logistics of the team apart. And it's benefited both. You know, he's played a lot better. I'd agree, player of the half, and he's got goals to his name now. So, you know, it's only a couple of games in, we don't get too carried away, but seeing off the basis of how he's playing in these games, hopefully that's something we can see a lot more of going forward.
Indeed. And the players are coming out for the second half. So I will hopefully see you at full time, sir, when we will be celebrating being in the hat for Monday night.
Hopefully that will be the case. I will see you lovely lot at full time.
Thanks a lot, mate. Take care, buddy.
Take care, mate.
Cheers, mate. So the players are out. Leicester City are about to kick off. And I will get the timer going when I am equal with them. Are we about to kick off? Yes, we are. Leicester now going from left to right. No, they're not. They go from right to left in this half. And they kick off. We're off for the second half. Remember, no scores, no spoilers for any game, especially this one, of course, but any game. Oh, Leicester giving the ball away straight away from this half. Oh, we were nearly in trouble then. Whoa, we gave the ball away straight to a Millwall striker. Whoa. I think we got a free kick to Leicester. I think we got away with one there. They just said then, the commentators just said lackadaisical start. I think I would have used a few more choice words than that. Nate says, hard to replace an attacking defending criminal in needed love, I think. Well, he's done well in this game. He has done well. We may see them later, but at the moment, I don't think there's any need to. You know, there's been a lot of games played in December. I think we do need to start giving these players a break. I say that obviously. I think if we were 2-0 down, then we may have seen some changes by now already. Anyway, Cassidy, goal scorers on the ball. Oh, Leicester now breaking down the right-hand side. Oh, a bit too hard. Tried to go around the outside, Albrighton. Couldn't quite get to it. So, second half, it's Millwall 0, Leicester City 2. Millwall in their dark blue tops, white shorts, dark blue socks. They're now kicking from left to right. And Leicester in this colour, orange top, white shorts, orange socks, kicking from right to left and defending at the moment. Shot towards the goal for Millwall, but Stolchik goes down. In fact, that number 11 for Millwall has a lot of look at Tom Cannon about him. So they're coming for us, Millwall. Cassidy now. He's got the space. It's not bit. Oh, just a heavy touch, a very heavy touch. The defence just opened up for him. We've got 87, watching at the moment. I'm not sure what likes we're on, but please smash those likes, guys. It does help the channel. Excuse me. Pia, I've absolutely no idea. We're not blue and white this season. We're really all blue, aren't we? But I don't know. There's a lot of teams. Blue is a very popular colour for football teams. Oh, Chowdhury getting his foot out there to stop the ball going through. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. No. Oh, Chowdhury! Great bloody defending by Chowdhury there. Oh. Marcel loses the ball. I've got to say that was great defending. into the goalkeeper's arms from Chowdhury. Just defended it long enough for Stolchak to come out and fall on it. Thank you, Rennie. Let's get those lights up. 93 in. Millwall coming again. It's Millwall at the moment. Cross comes in. Should be headed clear. Yes, it was by the defender. But they come again. I can see now to Zulu this at the moment. Hey, he was the one that headed it out before. Free kick to Leicester. Chowdhury goes down. Cassidy doing his defending roles as well. Yeah, you're quite right. I've always liked Hamza, and all right, maybe Winks is the normal starter, etc. Indeed, but as a squad player, go out and start. Well, we have offered him a new contract, which he signed, obviously, and I think it's good. He's got Premier League experience. Let's use it. I think he's an excellent player. Yes, he had his little bit of naughtiness with the COVID party, but look, we move on. And he has stepped up to the mark this season. Long ball up from Leicester there. Cannon goes for it. The throw into Leicester. Cannon forcing the error there from the Millwall player. I've got to say at the moment, Cassidy is my man of the match. Marcel now. Oh, plays it in, but there's no Leicester player there. It would have just been a tap-in. Cassidy seems to be everywhere at the moment. Vieira. Albrighton. Oh, second corner for Leicester. To be honest with you, Doug, I've no idea. No idea, sir. Albrighton holding the ball, taking his time, walking to the corner flag, and why not? Cheers, everybody. So all the players up, Cannon's up there. Not having his best game yet, but he's not done anything particularly wrong. Oh, Cannon opened the game up, but his header didn't come anywhere. Marcel. Doyle. Tried to play it out wide, but it just didn't come off. And it was easily read there. Easily read. And Millwall come away. Oh, well defended again. And he goes back to Stolchak. Plays it out to Chowdhury. No, Randy, we've got until the end of the season, mate. Makes me laugh when I hear that. I'm talking about Leicester City, and it's the best defence. Oh! Go on! No! Oh! Oh, double stop there from Millwall. Oh, Pierre did it again. My God! My God, that was so close. Who had the first attempt? Cannon. Cannon, oh, good save. Oh, that should have been 3. I mean, again, story of the first half. Millwall, and then giving Leicester, or mind you, Millwall breaking away here, or a through ball, but easily dealt with. Back to Stolchik, he'll kick it upfield. Oh, offside for Leicester. What's Stolchik's first name? we need to call him by his first. Like Eunice. At the moment, looking good for Leicester. Millwall started the half off so hard, but again, let Leicester back into it then. But now Millwall coming forward again, skipping past the defender. Crosses it. Oh, it's a corner. I think he wants the penalty. I don't know what he's asking for a penalty for. Number 11 for Millwall. Skips past Doyle. Oh, challenge was fair, I think. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it's a corner. Millwall kicking left to right. Corner in the right-hand side now. Hand up. Long ball in. And it's in. Millwall have got a goal back. What more scores from a corner? And you've got to say, you can't say it's not deserved as much as I'd like to. Now then, will we see 56 minutes gone? Will we see some changes? They're going to come at us now, Millwall. It's a case of battening down the hatches. Millwall fans going a bit mad. Maybe we just need to bring on some of the big guns. Now suddenly it's not looking quite as comfortable. Cassidy going forward again. So do you think, guys, if you were Enzo, would you look now at bringing some of the more experienced players on? Leicester City offside. Oh. Squeaky bum time, guys. 62 minutes to go. Yeah, I think I would now look at, this, just giving the ball away again. Doyle. Thing is, have we got Justin on the bench? Because Doyle, to me, looks the weak link. Got Justin. Leicester, beautiful play to get it out, but give me heart attacks. And we lose it again. No, full time at 90 minutes and then a replay. Which I think the replays are the 16th, 17th of January. I could be wrong. I think, 16th, 17th of January, I do believe. Wimbledon 1, Ipswich 2, Coventry 4, Oxford United 1, Maidstone 1, Stevenage 0, Millwall 1, Leicester 2, Sunderland 0, Newcastle 1 are the scores at the moment. Yeah, it's what Leicester do, doesn't it? Don't make it easy. For me, Doyle is off. And Marcel off as well. And I've got to be honest with you, sooner rather than later. Oh, good God. At the moment, we are under so much pressure. Yeah, Doyle, I think, has got to come off. He's not had his best game. I mean, I've got to say, I've not been Doyle's biggest fan. I mean, I don't know what all the fuss was about. No, come on! Yes, it is! It's 3! Route 1! Tom bloody Cannon fires us back into a 2-goal lead. Whoa! Cannon. Oh, what? He took it beautifully. Wow. Get in. Get in, Cannon.
Go! Back of the net.
Wow. I'm trying to work out who got the assist there. Ben Nelson. Assist was from Nelson. I mean, again, somebody explain to me how we are winning this. Please. I mean, you know, we've just gone from me thinking, oh, bugger, we're going to struggle, bring on the big guns, to that happening. Tom Cannon. And I did say when he wasn't playing, I did say I can't judge him on the 10 minutes here and the 8 minutes there. And he came on, and I've got to say, I now see why we bought him. He did it, I think it was for Preston, wasn't it? This time last season, was it Preston he was on loan at? I can never remember. And thinking, fair play. That's why we've signed him. Whoa. Clinical finishing. Yes, indeed. Fee, you're a lady as always. I appreciate it. Leicester, we were free again, but it's offside. Well, look, it's early days, but look, Daka came on and took his chance. Cannon given his chance, taking it. I have got to say, I couldn't judge him because, like I say, I don't think it's fair to judge anybody on, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes then, just like Iheanacho when we signed him. but he's come on in 2 games. Well, started 2 games, and he's done it. By Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Now, to be honest with you, Fee, what I'd done is I changed it to 2-1. Hadn't then pulled that up, forgotten about it because I was off updating something else. And then, oh, that's not a free kick. But well, it is a free kick, apparently. And then, so that's why I just went straight to 3-1. Wow. It was Preston. Yeah, I can't remember. And he was doing well for Preston, and that's why we bought him, even though he was injured. And now he's proving what a good spy. But I'm just going to have to shut the curtains because that winter sun is rebounding off a light on the far side, a window. It was right, we've got a block of flats. I live in flats. We've got a block of flats opposite that are like, we're only 2 floors. There's like 12 floors. And the sun hits it and comes straight onto here. And it was right in my eyes. Well, quality, looking like it, doesn't it, mate? Just letting my clocks merge. A change here for Millwall. And if you want to come on post-match, mate, I don't know whether you're doing your own or not. And do check out Ant's Leicester fan channel, guys. It's a great Leicester channel. If you're not following it already or subscribed, get over there and subscribe to it. Millwall now. Oh, good defending. Good defending. True, Lifty. True. And like I say, let me know if you want to come on at full time. Yeah, sure, man. No problem, mate. Oh, lovely through ball again, but it goes too far. It's straight all the way through to the Millwall goalkeeper. 67 minutes on the clock. Millwall 1, Leicester City 3. Newcastle 2-0 up against Sunderland now. Ipswich are beating Wimbledon. Coventry are up against Oxford United by 3 clear goals. And of course, if you're here, Millwall 1, Leicester City 3. Wow. It's almost like a shock result, this, when you look at the team. 102 watching. Smash those likes. Not sure what the likes are at the moment. Sure it's not 102. Somebody tell me what lights are on. Cannon through again. Oh! Wow. Cannon. Oh, it was good save. Let's not get too carried away, Rennie. Oh, come on! That's got to be a freak. That's got to be a booking. Yes, it is. 65 likes. Come on, guys. 101 in. 65. Yeah, it's a good channel, Ants Leicester fan channel, guys. Do get over there and show him your support. Brighton and Eunice over the ball for this free kick, midway in the half. Good idea. Played it through, but it didn't really come off. And falling. It was Zian Fleming, not Ian Fleming, Zian Fleming of Millwall who was shown that yellow card. That was almost a touchdown tackle, American football style, and so we're up to 70 minutes. No changes yet for Leicester. Now it's a free kick to Millwall. Cody giving away a free kick. Thank you, Gray. Millwall though coming away. If they get a second, that opens it up all over again. I'm not I'm not sure how they got away with that clearance, but the defender's coming back, kicked it towards as if he was going to put it out for a corner, hit the Millwall player, went to the Leicester player who booted it upfield. Greg Sutar is in Australia, mate. Gray, that would be nice. Are you still in, Ant? Is Ant still in or has he gone? Now we're having a change on 71. Eunice is off and KDH is on. KDH, one of the players of the season in the Championship. So, interesting to see how that affects the game. Throwing to Leicester, just with Ricardo, just in that. It's just on the far side, just inside the half. Yes. Doesn't quite come off the 1-2 there. Gets his foot in. Says hello, I'm here to the Millwall player. Careful, Chowdhury had his hand up there, but Millwall are coming away. But give it away. Cassidy. On a great game today. John did nothing wrong, mate. Had a couple of chances. The only problem today for me with Eunice was he was a little bit Mahrez-like in that he could have given the ball away, but he went for himself, as KDH just tried to do there. So maybe it wasn't just Eunice. But yeah, wouldn't have been the one I'd taken off. I'd have changed Doyle, like I said. But Eunice looked fine today. Millwall coming forward. They've got a player way out on this side now, on the near side. Number 11, he's got it. He's going to cross in. Leicester are back in numbers, but he's going to go out for a throw-in. Good defending by Chowdhury there. Yeah, the commentator is just saying one more goal for Leicester does make it a little bit uncomfortable. 3-2, of course, was what the score was in the league. McNamara with an up and under into the box. Leicester can bring it away now, though. McNamara is still trying to get himself up. Now, he's got options here. Marshall gets the ball on this left-hand side. Oh, he slips over. I think he was lining up for a shot, and now Millwall can break. Oh, ball goes in. Millwall player looked like he might get to it, but it ended up in Stolchik's arms, and he just rolls it out underarm. So into the last 15 minutes of normal time. It's Millwall 1, Leicester City 3 at the moment. Looks like there might be some more changes coming up for Leicester. So Leicester throw in. Oh, quickly taken. Well taken there. Marchal needs to get up quicker than he is doing. It's a free kick. Took Cannon down. It's going to be a free kick just in the corner, just outside the box. There'll be some changes now. Marcel is coming off. I had a bad game, but nothing special. Watanese is coming on. So he's not gone for experience in this case. He's just showing the Millwall goal. The goal scorer who's coming off for Millwall. So let's see what Masawansi is like. Free kick to be taken here. Albrighton chips it into the box. Headed clear though. Shrewsbury Hall heads it back to Chowdhury. Oh, it's another free kick to Leicester. Just fine. Keep giving us these free kicks. It's edging the time away. I agree totally, Rennie. I mean, let's not complain and then we see what he comes on and gets a brace or something in the last 15 minutes. But Cassidy, but we kept it in, but we give it away. Although Millwall, though the player is surrounded by Leicester players, it goes out for a goal kick eventually off the corner flag. Well, at this rate, no, he won't. But Jamie Vardy, never write Jamie Vardy off, eh? 105 are in. What are we up to on the likes, guys? Can we get to 100? Probably not, but let's see if we can. If I'm freezing, my internet's been a little bit iffy at the moment. Luke Thomas, I don't think would fit into this team, Greg, which is why he was let go. We don't really have a left back role, which is why him and Christensen left. Sumare, he showed signs of why we bought him. Oh, Leicester now took the ball off. Well, it's in our own half now. Sumare. Never say never. Shrewsbury Hall. Albrighton plays it across. but no Leicester player really in the right position. And before it could get through to Cannon, it's put out for a corner kick to Leicester City. Mark Albrighton's getting his 68 likes, guys. Come on, 109 of you in. Smash that likes button. It really so helps the channel. Albrighton just taking his time coming over to take the corner kick. So it was a short corner, but he gets it back. Albrighton gets it in, but it's headed out. Now Millwall have it. Oh, but again, Millwall caught sleeping by Ricardo there. Pops in and pinches the ball. Into the last 10 minutes of normal time here. You never say never, but it is looking good. Oh, Cassidy from Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he lines it up on his left foot, but nah. But why not? Why not? He's had an excellent game. I don't think we really got a chance to see Samari, did we? Under the bell end. Oh, Cannon! Oh, 2 efforts! Oh, Cannon and Albrighton, 2 shots at goalkeeper there. He didn't really have to move much. The goalkeeper just stood there and it hit him. But again, that's what Leicester do in this game. Oh, lovely ball there. Massaweed to Cassidy. Keeps it in, but he loses it. Then so does the Millwall player, but it's out for throw into Millwall. Cannon and Albrighton, how did we not score there? Oh. Honeyman fouled by Dewsbury Hall. Greg, I am. If anybody knows anybody at Bournemouth who make inches, I am available for sponsorship. Or Thatchers. I'm not proud. Stella Artois Sidra. Yeah, this is the side I'll go with. Headed out by the Millwall player. Straight to a Leicester, back to a Leicester defender though. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd never had inches before. The one I had before this, I tend to, because I live above an Audi, so I go into Audi and it's whatever they've got in at the time, to be honest with you. As long as it's a brand. I think they have one Taurus, which is awful. And I tried this, it's all right. The one they had before that was some festival side or something like that. Thatcher's Gold is my number one. Millwall now down the far side. Early ball in. Oh, good defending by Leicester. Was that KDH? No, Cody. Bit pinned into that corner at the moment, Leicester. Leicester City. I mean, I could, if we weren't 3-1 up, I would be pulling my hair out. But there was some good defending there. Stelchik shouts and gets the ball. Copperberg, I don't like all the different flavours. That's the problem. Vardy's not on the subs bench elevator. Oh, what a save! What a save! Good save. He could. I mean, if that had gone in, and it cut through the defence, and if that had gone in, obviously it would have made it a very interesting last 5-6 minutes. White Lightning showing your age. And they have. Fleming. Unmarked at the back. It is, yeah, as I just said there, Fleming, it's uncomfortable for him. Well, for Leicester now. They're coming away again on Millwall. They're demanding a corner, but they're not going to get it. Made this harder for us than it needs to have been. How difficult. I mean, typical. This is just Leicester City, isn't it? You know, we don't like to make it easy for ourselves. Oh, we give the ball away again with a cross. Oh, so then Millwall give the ball away. Oh, Ken Dewsbury trying to get the ball away there. Didn't quite. Now Millwall come away. Oh. Oh, Cassidy won the ball well there. Oh, Cassidy has a shot, but too high and no save needed, and it's out for a goal kick. But Cassidy took the ball off, took the ball well there. No options for him to really pass to. Now Millwall coming away again. Jeff, good point. Jeff, a good point. Accelerate. No. They have been the better team. There's no doubt. But, you know, at the end of the... And they get a corner off Albrighton. But, you know, we've taken our chances, and that's what it's all about. Not at the moment, Greg. We're into the 89th minute. Millwall fans will be looking at the board. See what thing goes up. But now Leicester. Oh, bit too much of a hard touch. And then it's a free kick to Millwall. No, Brighton's tackle wasn't well timed. We're waiting to see what the board's going to say. Look at the time here, Millwall. Five minutes of stoppage time added on. It was lifty, it was. It's a bit squeaky bum time that we did not need. We should, well, on the play, you could probably say, you can't argue that Millwall don't deserve this. Although 18 shots they've had, 12 to us, both of us have had 8 on target. Oh, a cross into the box there for Millwall, headed towards the goal. Stolchik collects it easily in his arms. Good height for him. Falls on the ball. Pickford-esque. 1 minute gone now. Millwall now. Oh, no. Millwall asking for... No! Cannon! Is that a penalty? No penalty. Oh! Millwall get away with that one. 71 likes. Thank you, Pia. Come on, 118 in, 71 likes. Oh, it's a free kick. Oh, no. Free kick on the edge of the box. Piera there, Ricardo, clumsy on the box. Let's just have a look. Let's have a look at this Cannon. They seem to push him. Yeah, he could have been given. Ricardo gets booked. This is right on the corner of the box here. Yeah, but we needed to rotate the team. After all the games they played in December, if they hadn't rotated the team, who knows? Three of the 5 minutes played here. Oh! No, it was close. That was so close. Oh, throw into Millwall. Gets cheers from the crowd. Quickly taken down this wing. Booted upfield. It is. Cannon gives chase. The goalkeeper's way out and boots it up into row triple Z, I think. So We're into the last 60 seconds. Oof. Might be a bit of time added onto this, though, for the free kick. Doyle. Ends up back with Leicester. Tries to chip it over. Oh, that's a free kick to Leicester. Yes! Come on! This should just see this game out now. We should see the time. See the time out here. Surely just play it into the corner. Is what they're doing. And another free kick. They're doing the right thing. We're into the we've had the 95 minutes. There it is! Full time! Get in! Yes! That was a battle. That was a battle. A battle of a win. Whoa. Let's get this up then. Same score as in the league. Leicester are into the hat for the next round.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
Okay. Oh. Wimbledon have lost 3-1 to Ipswich. Coventry still playing 97 minutes, a 6-2 up at Oxford United. Maidstone 1-0 up at Stevenage. Millwall 2, Leicester 3, and Sunderland 80 minutes. That was a later kickoff. Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 2. Wow. Where do we go with that? Where do we go with that? Michael's in. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? It's Michael David. I've forgotten. You have to remind me. We're on our way to Wembley. Oh, yes. Let's just catch up with some comments here. Let's go. Right, where are we? I've got to go quite a way back to catch up. I think Spencer, not good. No, not good for my heart at all, says he, swigging from his cider. I'm going to have a takeaway in a bit. Come on, Leicester, says Gray. Let's go, says Steve. Great result, says Ladino. Yes, indeed. Rene, come on, boys. Stephen Smith, well done, boys. Lifty, thank you so very much. Good luck with yours tomorrow. Is it tomorrow I'm leaving? Boo-hoo. Nerve-wracking at the end, Chris. Yep, take care, mate. Thank you. You're welcome, mate. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, it was nerve-wracking. But come on, we wouldn't expect anything less from Leicester City. Away, hey, lads, indeed. Paul Stevenson, good victory, though. Through to the next round. Look, if we won 1-0, if we'd won 7-1, we were through to the next round. That's all that matters. Exactly, Doug. Exactly. Who have Liverpool got, by the way? I can't remember who they've got. Let me just turn this off because I'm pressing all sorts of buttons in. It's going nowhere. One less cider. How dare you, sir? How very dare you? Quality. That was scary. Yep, we're on our way to Wembley. Aussie's knees are trembly. Da 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 da. Craig, great win. Wolves, LCFC wins. Fourth on Monday night, I do believe somebody said. Michael, he always said that is in. Draw Monday. Getting Foxes, come on. I'll have to call off after that one, indeed. Awesome. Next round, here we come. I I just saw the Coventry score. I know. Get a cuppa to calm your nerves, mate. Have another cider. Can have a takeaway in a minute, I think. Leicester versus Liverpool in the next round. Yeah, right. All right, mate. All right. Don't get ahead of yourself. You know what Liverpool do? They just tease their fans. They start off really well, and you're probably going to end up cupless in any form, Lifty. You know I jest. What's Vardy's injury? I have no idea. He was ill, and now it's an injury, so God knows. The FA run okay now, but in March, April it will be. Well, let's just see if we get that far, shall we? Phil, another good watch along. Thank you so very much. See you on the next one, matey. Pia says, yippee. That first against second. Great result today. Bit of an intense. It was an intense game. Great win. To be honest, it might be Leicester Coventry. Well, look, it could be anybody. We don't even know who's through. There's only about 5 teams through at the moment. Another brilliant win. It was Elizabeth. As we try to write us. You should next game say if you get 100 likes, you will down a cider at full time. Why wait that long, mate? Why long? Oh, first versus fourth. Arsenal down to fourth. Wow, okay. Don't mind Coventry getting goals this week as long as they get none next week. Indeed. Wow, okay. Brad, that was harder than it needed to be.
It was. I think it was definitely a game that showcased Leicester's quality and depth, but also the lack of cohesion at times that gave Millwall a sniff, because it's the same as it was last time we was there, but this time we gave them a few extra minutes to try and save the tie, and thankfully they couldn't quite get the shooting boots back on in time. But we got through. That's what matters. We won the game, and it's just a bonus, isn't it, really?
Yes, I mean, like I said, if we'd won 1-0 or 3-2 as we did, or 7-1, we're still through to the next round. There's no away goals or anything like that. But let's have a look at that second half. They came at us at the start of that second half, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, they had the tempo for the majority of the game, and you could maybe say that on the basis of how they played from the first half, they deserved the goal that they did get in that spell that they had at the start, because they weren't here to just lie down and take defeat at 2-0, which is what can happen to teams, especially in this cup competition. A couple of goals derails a team and they go, but no, fair play to them. They came at us and they got the first of 2 goals that they probably deserved for their efforts.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, all right, it wasn't our first team. We know that, but I've got to say, over the 90 minutes, I mean, all right, they had 47%, we had 53. They had 20 shots with 9 on target. We had 12 with 8. That is the difference between them and us. We were a lot more clinical.
Yeah, we were. And that's been Leicester's story this season, hasn't it? We've had some very evenly matched games, and even we've had more games than not where we've probably been overawed in the chances created, but the chances we are creating, we're putting in the back of the net, and that ultimately is what puts the distance between a good championship side and a very good championship side. I think we just, like I said, I think we showcased the depth and quality that we have, and what we're capable of doing, because there were 3 very well taken goals. It wasn't like scrappy ping pong in the box sort of football that led to a goal. It was some lovely counter attacking football that got us some well deserved goals.
Yes, yeah. I mean, when we look at that starting lineup, 7 of those players are not starters. Stolchek in goal, Nelson, Cody. Doyle, possibly. He was disappointing today. Chowdhury, Albrighton, Marchal, not starters. That, we've not just made 1 or 2 changes. We've made 7, if you like. But it had to be done, didn't it? And the fact that we came through that game and only really brought on KDH, if you like, as a big gun, speaks volumes for those players.
Yeah, I mean, they did the job that was asked of them. They reasonably kept the game in control in terms of scoreline for big periods of that game. That they stepped up to a challenge. We've seen it time and time again, especially in this competition, Chris. We could scar ourselves and talk about certain games we've seen where wholesale changes get made and it completely goes the other way. But yeah, they seem like a group of players that, like you said, even though they've not featured much, this season, I'd be spares to say that probably if you added all their appearances together, they probably still don't have 15 or 20 between them. And that's with Chowdhury, who's been playing a little bit more recently. It's good to see, Chris, because, you kind of, this was more about the result than the performance for these players to get their, get Enzo scratching his head wondering if they're going to get in the team.
As it went in, longer it went into the game, the more we had the confidence, and you could see that confidence building in between. And they missed chances, but then we missed chances. I mean, I'm just looking here, 53 minutes, Cannon had a shot, followed by Cashaday, followed by Eunice, all in the space of about 3 minutes, and another one target. It was like old times. They got one back to make it 2-1 from the corner. And you kind of, at that point, that was sort of 55 minutes, that was it was expected. You could see it coming, couldn't you?
Sorry, Chris, repeat that. I just had something happen there and I just had to let me nan know.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's all good. What did you say, mate?
The 55, they got one back from the corner like old times, but you had to say it was coming.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Millwall probably came in at half-time very aggrieved that they were not just losing the game, but they were 2 goals down. They must have come in. I'm sure their fans would have gone into the off at half-time and been like, well, how are we not just losing this game, but how are we 2 goals down? And like I said, a Leicester team, with the greatest respect, may have folded and Leicester would have strolled to a 3-4-0 comfortable win. But credit to them, they came out and came at us again, and they got the goal they deserved. They deserved that goal on a basis of play. Ironically, probably more than they did the second goal that they got.
Yeah. I mean, I was just, I've written down here, just after they scored, was that the point we needed to bring on experience? Did we need to bring on some of the big guns just to sort of say, right, let's just take control of this now, and let's just, show that, the players that, that we, just basically, like I say, bring on experience. I would have taken Doyle off. I thought he was being exposed so much down that our left-hand side, their right-hand side. And Marcel, he didn't really do anything wrong, but he didn't particularly set me alight. I don't know how it sounded to you.
No, I agree. It felt like Chowdhury had to go over and bail Doyle out a few times, and Cody kept going over to that side, and I didn't really hear Marcel in the game. I'll be honest with you, Chris, I don't like to be harsh because they haven't played a lot of football. They're a bit disjointed, but at some points I forgot Marcel was even playing. He didn't seem to get the ball. He certainly doesn't seem to offer us anything close to what McAteer or Mavididi or Fatu offers us in a winger, because them players, they can be quiet in spells, and we've had we've had moments of games where Mavadidi's not really seen much of the ball, but they come to life and they do something with it. You always feel like they've got something in the locker that they'll figure a way around. And I just didn't. I think there was a couple of performances where a little bit. He probably wasn't happy with it and anything. I'm not sure. Maybe he thinks he did okay. Like he didn't do anything wrong. But there was some points I had to remember that he hadn't been taken off. I was almost waiting to hear a different name so I knew whether he was still on the pitch or not. I'll be honest with you.
I've only been a bit unfair with Doyle. I mean, that was his first 90 minutes since he's been back from injury.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't his greatest performance, but he also didn't shit his pants like Chilwell did when we played Millwall in the Cup. So he did better than the last left-back that played against them in the FA Cup. We'll give him that much. But, I suppose in a way, he was probably one of the players that Enzo thought this is the perfect opportunity for him to get 90 minutes under his belt. I was a little bit surprised he didn't get some more minutes under the Christmas period. But then if Enzo was told he's 90% fit and he'll be 100% fit for the FA Cup match, he's better to wait that game and give him 90 than it is to give him 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there. So, look, we know what he is capable of. But I would say that Justin goes back into the team for the trip to Coventry next weekend.
Yes. And Nelson had, again, did nothing wrong and set up the third goal. Talk about sometimes all this fancy play, but route one sometimes. I mean, you need to. I know you will watch the highlights because you always do, obviously. But I mean, Nelson. I mean, I don't know where that was like. That was like Wimbledon-esque. I mean, all right, you could have. There's the thin line, isn't there? That that was just a ball pumped up field, or it was an inch perfect pass. But Cannon ran onto it, took out two defenders. Goalkeeper came out round the goalkeeper and in, and like Cannon's firing on all cylinders again. Boom, boom.
Yeah. It's sometimes the best route is the route one, as they say, and there is a difference between just lumping the ball forward and playing a pass forward in to try and get in behind. And from what I can tell, it sounds like that was exactly what Leicester caught everybody out with it. Even the commentators seemed to be surprised that all of a sudden Leicester were on the attack. So, it's good. And, we have said that, even Enzo said, look, it's not my preferred way of going about it, but sometimes if the situation requires it, I'm happy to see us be a bit counter-attacky, a bit route one. And, the moment called for it, and it was another good finish by Tom Cannon, who, as you've already stated, is firing all cylinders. He's suddenly got 3 goals in 2 appearances now, so that's got to do his confidence the world of good, and it's got to do Ben's confidence the world of good. He's a young lad who's probably looking at the likes of Vestergaard, Faze, and Cody, thinking, I might need one of you to sod off if I'm to break into this team at any old point, but he's done his claim to the first team no harm. So, fairly solid performance in like we said, Chris, it was, after all, a disjointed 11 from what the norm is. So you got to give a little bit of leeway that the some passes and that weren't brilliant today.
Well, look, I mean, our main team went out and beat them 3-2. So they did as good as the main team.
There is that. Yeah. Although I do find it funny, I don't know if you knew this, Chris, but you want to say that playing Millwall's a bit of a soap opera. Well, they've got a player in their team called Billy Mitchell, and that about sums Millwall up for me. In fact, they've got a player called Billy Mitchell, if you know EastEnders. But they did exactly the same as.
Straight away. I didn't get that straight away.
Well, you've got a Billy Mitchell brain, and if that's the case. But no, you're all right. They did no worse or better than the first team in that sense. The first team beat them 3-2. The reserves, well, not the reserves, that's a harsh term to use. But the backup came in and did the same. So, a win's a win, mate.
It is. He's here. He's farted his way onto the screen. Leeds fans' favourite Leicester City blogger. Well, I mean, we got the win, we're through, but we made it difficult for ourselves a little bit, didn't we, Luke?
A little bit, but at the end of the day, Millwall are dirty bastards, and our B team just smashed them to bits.
Fair point. Fair point. You can't argue with that. I mean, just talking about the winning goal then. I mean, like you say, it was our B team. 7 non-first choice players there, or starter players there. You've got to look at that and go, did as good as the main team.
Yeah, nearly. I was just kidding before, by the way. We did play it around the back a little bit. I definitely don't think our defense was as cohesive as the normal starting 11 we have. But to be fair, I thought that was one of, and I've been a harsh on him this season, but I thought that was Cassaday's best game.
Definitely. And it's going to be interesting when we do come to, obviously, Man of the Match awards. Just then, we're just talking about the third goal then, Luke. I mean, Route 1, but Cannon, as I said, I didn't judge him because I queried the purchase of him when we're buying a player that is already injured when we buy him. All right, he apparently did very well for Preston last season. We wouldn't know that because, of course, we were in the Premier League. But given the chance, which, he has done what Daka's done.
He has, but the difference between Daka, like they've been tap-ins, sure, and he's been in the right place at the right time, but that goal from Cannon was very composed. Couldn't have put it in a better spot. I think that he's looked excellent, and I also think off the ball, his link-up play as well has been excellent. On the ball, sorry, as well.
It had a very quiet game up until that. It hadn't really got into the game, and that's coming from the commentator, Brad. But you can't ask anything more of him than he did, can you?
No, you can't. And it's good to see that when he is involved, he's doing the things that, he's getting paid to do, really, isn't he? He's sticking the ball in the back of the net. He's causing the defence a nightmare. He could have had another goal. I need someone to clear this up. I heard that Cannon was basically through on goal, about to put it in for 4-1, and then felt a tackle of some kind and then went down. Now, I know the free kick was given to Millwall, but isn't he supposed to get booked for simulation? So if he didn't dive, why is it I don't understand that. But apart of that aside, he did everything he could when given the chances to. And every striker goes quiet. Vardy has games where he doesn't really see a lot of the ball. But that's what you paid him the money for, isn't it, Chris? When they get these opportunities to go. He's proven that he's a wise investment by the looks of things so far. It is early in his career, but he's started things off well.
Somebody said this, Luke, in the chat earlier. It may have been Gray, actually. Vardy doesn't walk back into this team, does he?
That's a funny one. I thought about this earlier today, actually. It's easy to argue for both. It's at the end of the day, it's Vardy, and he's definitely like, if Cannon gets injured, he comes good, you'd be stoked to have him back. But at the same time, you've got Daka, you've got Kel. But to be honest with you, I don't think we even see Kel again. So I don't know, mate. Would you guys play him?
No, to be honest with you. He has to earn his right to come back in. And I think for me, Brad, I think that's the way Enzo's done it this season. Otherwise, we'd be having Cody starting every game.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. You can't force somebody into a team when your strikers that you're using are scoring your goals. I know Daka's going AFCON, so that's an option gone. But if you're looking at the order in where they are in terms of goal scoring regularity, their form when they've played, I think you'd go Tom Cannon is top of that list right now. Daka would be second. And then it's kind of a toss-up between Vardy and Iheanacho, because Vardy might be older and a little bit less expectant of him, but I think they've both kind of been a bit disappointing this season when they've been given the opportunity in front of goal. So right now, there's not a chance that Vardy's getting into that starting 11 without an injury to Tom Cannon, because you don't have no divine right under Enzo. And I think that was kind of like, I think that refreshing attitude that he brought to the club is the reason so many players stuck around with us. You know, like Vestergaards and the Chowdhuries that were wanting to leave because of, you know, the toxic and biased squad building that the Bellin has brought. Hearing a manager say, "Look, no one's got no divine right. If you're training well and playing well, I'm going to pick you," has helped benefit that. And I think everybody's understanding of that, which is what a team needs. You cannot have a player, Chris. We said this last year about Barnes and Maddison, that they felt like it didn't matter if they were injured, it didn't matter if they were playing bad, they were going to get picked because who else was he going to pick? He hadn't give anybody a chance to prove themselves to get picked over him. So, whereas now, a couple of bad performances, you could find yourself waiting for your next chance.
Yeah, I apologise to Doyle because I didn't think he had a particularly good game. I thought it was Nelson because I'm sure they said Nelson on the commentary. Were you able to see it? I know Brad couldn't. Could you see it at all, Luke?
No, mate, I couldn't. Sorry.
But BBC has just put up here that Doyle looks like he got the assist for Cannon's third goal. Could have had a second, couldn't he, Cannon? I mean, he was through. Lovely ball. I thought it was going in. Somehow the goalkeeper went down to his left, got his hand to it, and literally it must have taken the paint off the post.
Yes.
You know, and again, look, you know, they're doing just what we ask of them. You know, where is that as a win, considering who was playing? Where's that up with games with all the wins we've had this season? Luke, sorry.
First of all, Brad made a solid point about competing for a spot, keeping everyone on their toes. But for that reason, I wouldn't rank it amongst the other wins because it was like nearly a different team. So it's almost separate for me personally.
I mean, for me, I think it's in a lot of ways, it's and it was a bit weird because I said this, didn't I, Brad, at the start, that if we lost, we lost because it isn't the most. No, it's not like, you know, last season where we're in the bottom half of the Premier League and we won a good cup run because, you know, we're not doing anything in the league. Here, it's almost like it could end up getting in the way. I think Gray said it earlier in the chat. But I know it was a completely different team, but it was, performance-wise, one of the best performances as a battling win, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, I first of all, I do get what Luke's saying. It's kind of hard to judge when it's a kind of a one-off competition game, that it is. But it was championship versus championship. And I agree with you, Chris. I felt that you look at it circumstantially, 7 changes, and not just 7 changes. We're not talking about 7 players that come off the bench regularly, that these guys know each other in and out, so they're kind of used to each other. It was 7 changes. There was a lot of tired legs out there from the regulars that did stay in, like Ricky P, that have been playing throughout December. It's always a tough occasion to go on an away trip for the FA Cup. There's something about it, isn't it? The atmosphere, the added incentive, if you will, you know, to kind of get through and see that you're going to get smashed in the next round 5-0 by Man City, but you get the away day, so you enjoy it. You know, given all them things, and you look through history when teams normally make so many changes and bring so many fresh names to the table, it doesn't go well for them. And I agree with you. I think if you take everything in its perspective, I'm not saying it's a top 5 performance for that reason, but it's definitely in the forefront of the mind of like at least a top 10 performance this season when you look at it as a whole, the changes, the dynamic of the game, and the batting aspect. Because, you know, players with lesser mentality than what Enzo's installed into them, because that game would have ended 3-3. You know. Another season ago. Last season, we'd have probably lost that game 5-3 knowing us. We were that poor. So credit to them. it's not, like I said, it's not a top 5. It's not going to live long in their memory, but it's definitely a somewhat memorable performance considering everything that happened to the start of the lineup.
Enzo Pep final. We've got a long way to go, Ali, until we get there. And Georgie says, Tom Cannon, you beauty, have we found our new Vardy replacement? Again, it's been 2 games. Let's not get over the top here. I think if there's going to be a Vardy replacement, to my mind, I know what you said about Daka, but he's the one that he's off to Africa now. But he's let's see how many goals Cannon gets while he's going to have to be the first choice, which he is, because not sure whether Nacho's gone or not. I think he is injured. But look, Brad, give me a performance rating out of 10.
After what I've just said, I'm actually going to give them an 8 because I felt, a disconjointed team. Some players that haven't kicked a ball this season in the first team, like Nelson, Stolarczyk and Janma have only had like a handful of games between them. I think today, whilst that disjointedness did show with some questionable defending and some nervy minutes where Millwall could have got the goals, I think they did everything that Enzo was asking of them and more. I mean, normally you question one or two things, don't you? You either say, they're going to handle it defensively, or are they going to have enough firepower to score goals? And they kind of did both to a decent degree. So I'd give them an 8 out of 10 as a whole when you look at the entirety of what's gone on today.
I know you didn't see it. Were you able to listen to it, Luke?
I've saw a decent amount of the game on just sporadically. Yeah.
I mean, would you be able to give them a rating?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's probably a 7. We still conceded 2, both off scrappy corners. Again, definitely a lot of rotations, but not bad, but not super amazing. But yeah, first time as well to mention. I'm pretty sure we've seen Connor Cody actually take that middle position in that back 3 as well, which was interesting.
Yeah. I actually had started off giving them an 8, but I'm actually going to up it to a 9. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you for why, because I always say that. Because of the amount of changes that we're in, under other managers, we would have lost that. You could say we weren't the better team, and if we had lost it, we wouldn't have, we couldn't have argued. But to my mind, that back 3 have not played together this season as a 3. Nelson is first start. Doyle first start back after injury, first full game, back after injury. Cody is in and out, but he hasn't played with those 2. Ricky P, say don't really count him as a defender these days. So yes, and of course the goalkeeper who had a very good game. I've got to say he made some good stops. If it hadn't been for him, we could have been looking at a different score. So I'm actually going to go better than the pair of you. I think you're being really, really tight arses, and I've gone for a 7. Alan's results are in, and he has agreed with you, Luke. He has gone 7 for the performance. If you look at it for me, Luke, I just say, I think taking into account what I was saying, if that was the starting 11 and they did that performance, yes, I'd probably be down with a 6, to be honest with you. But there we go. Okay, Luke, let's come to you first for your man of the match.
Can't believe I'm going to say this, but for me, I'm probably actually going to go Cassidy. I think that he made a lot of good runs on and off the ball, opened up a lot of space, passing a lot better today, and took his goal well. So for me, Cassidy, good on him.
In fair point. Brad?
Oh, see, I'm going to be different because I only heard it. So I don't get to see any off-the-ball things. I only get told what they want to tell me. So, I only get told when they're on the ball what they're doing.
Yeah,
I felt Cassidy had one of his better games, definitely by far. And although you could look at some of his past performances and say it's not hard to improve on that, he definitely felt a bit more comfortable. He got us off to a solid start. But for me, one name that they could not stop saying because he was making tackle after tackle, he made a few vital blocks as well. He's going under the radar, and it annoys me a little bit that he doesn't seem to get the praise he does sometimes, and that is Hamza Chowdhury. He sounded like he had a phenomenal game in ensuring we got the win today. I 3 or 4 times, Chris, in that 10-minute spell where Millwall were throwing the kitchen sink, the bricks off the tyres that they'd robbed. I don't care. They were throwing everything at us, Millwall. And he just seemed to be... all I heard was Chowdhury gets a block, Chowdhury makes a tackle, Chowdhury this. And that, for me, he just shone for me from what I can tell. So, yeah.
No, fair point. I'm going to agree with I'm going to agree with one of the two of you. And yes, it's a very good point what you were saying, but I have gone for Cassidy as my man of the match. I'm agreeing with Luke because...
get a room, you two.
No, I mean... I said at half time, didn't I, Brad, that it was almost like you got Chowdhury who starts less than Cassidy, or Brighton who starts once in a blue moon. Same with Atgun. Marcel who hasn't really, featured for a while. Cannon who, this was only his second start. So in a way, Cassidy for me was the most experienced of the players once you get past that back five. So... And I think he almost said, right, this is my game. He puffed his shoulders out and he went for it, gave us the lead. But he also put some good defensive tackles in. He was back there.
Sorry.
Getting his foot in, saying that I'm doing, it was almost literally Harry Winks, no, obviously, let's not go over the top here. But, he was literally all over the place, and I was getting him mixed up with Nelson at times and Doyle because I wasn't expecting him to be back there. Sorry, Luke, you were going to say,
mate, that was spot on. Everything that you just said is particularly just well better explained than what I did for why I gave him man of the match. I completely agree, especially when I thought the same thing in terms of the Winks. He was up, down, he was everywhere. So, he's the engine on him today was sensational. And you're right, he actually has probably had the most consistent, granted, not always starting 11 or come off the bench, but definitely we have seen him a fair amount compared to a lot of the people that came in. So, no, I think that's spot on. I thought he had a great game.
Cheers, bud. The check's in the post. Probably, for me, his best game since he's been with us.
He grew more confident, especially after he grew that goal as well. Talk about puffing out his chest. You could feel it from what I was seeing that he was he felt confident in that game.
Yeah. And don't be sorry for Brad. I mean, it's a game that's all about opinions, but Brad.
Your opinion is wrong.
There we go. Okay. Now
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, well, I didn't like to disappoint you, mate. Now then, Alan has gone for his man of the match, and he has agreed with one of us three as well. But who has he agreed with? Drum roll.
Oh, here we go.
Go on, Brad.
You're all in the same fucking WhatsApp group, aren't you? Well, love Alan. He's the best man ever. Love it. Love him. He speaks sense, this man. Man knows his football. You two idiots don't know anything. Oh, I said Alan's right with what he said.
How quick have you turned that round? Hey, you're in the same WhatsApp group, you know? Hey, well done. What a great
I never doubted Alan. I knew he'd tell from me. He sees sense. You guys see nothing. You rubbish. You
so know that's getting clipped.
Yeah, I tried my best to stop it, but I know it's happening.
Look, I've got to say, I can't argue with Chowdhury. I think he did have an excellent game. There's players out there that stood up and said, I'm taking my chance. I think Eunice did. I don't think he had a particularly, didn't necessarily have a brilliant game. He did what, again, I think he had one of those games where he just did what was expected of him and, nothing spectacular, but again, stood up. Nelson, yeah, I mean, a comment earlier, Brad, I want to get your thoughts on this. If I can just find it. This was from Gray, I think it was. Wasn't their goals basic defending problems? You see, to me, I would say, yes, okay, any goal can be a basic defending error. Is it? Unless it's a 30-yard wing screamer or something,
Yeah. I mean, it was, in a case, a bit of a basic error, but also, I would then put the question back is, do we deal with that better if it's Wout, Faze, Vestergaard and Justin in that middle? Because, one thing I don't want to keep using it as a scapegoat for anything that did wrong today or didn't work out well, is you have set routines from corners that I'm sure Nelson and Doyle and Cody are all prepped for and trained for on the training ground, but nothing beats doing it on 90 minutes in a professional match. And as we've seen this season, Ricardo, Justin, because Doyle got injured, Faze and Vestergaard have been the rear guard for Leicester for the majority of this season, so they're familiar with these. They know how it happens in gaming situations, and they're more used to dealing with it in gaming situations. So, yes, they were basic defensive problems from set pieces, which I get, and it was, but also it was a disjointed back line that, for the majority of what Millwall threw at us, got in the way of it and dealt with it fairly comfortably. So he's right that it was basic, but it's a little bit leeway because of the fact that, 80% of that back line isn't what we're used to seeing week in, week out.
The other 20%, which also happens to be our captain, gave away a bloody free kick right on the corner of the box towards the end. And when I do that, by the way, I'm not being rude. It's a V for Vestergaard. Yes. I never thought you'd ever say we were missing Vestergaard. I'm going to end with this. Thanks very much, guys. When we're through to the next round, we're in the draw. We can listen to the other games now and just sort of laugh at their results. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to start with you, Luke, and then I'll ask you, Brad. Luke, next round, do you want a nice... I'm not going to say lower league team. I'm going to say, do you want a nice Championship, League One, League Two game, or do you want a big money-making Premier League game where we may get knocked out?
That's a good question. I think the focus really needs to be the getting promoted. So if we were to get knocked out, it'd be good if it was a Premier League team, because then we could really test ourselves. That's a game maybe I would actually go strong in, just to see where we're at compared to a Premier League team for when or if we go up. So I'm going to go for that for my answer.
Brad?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because right now you could look at Leicester's position in the league and say, "Oh, I don't know. If we get a mate." I know it's almost like you thought this through, but no, it could, couldn't it? Because circumstantially, the way Leicester are going right now, if they're in the same position they are now when the next round of fixtures get played, you'd be thinking, "Oh, get a Maidstone, knock them out, get ourselves into the fifth round. Happy days, a bit more of a chance to enjoy a bit more football and see more of these squad players, if you will." But also, Arsenal or Man City at home in a jam-packed King Power in the fourth round. Never know what we could do. Like Luke says, we could give ourselves a glimpse of where we are in terms of being able to compete at the Premiership, because I can't imagine a Man City or an Arsenal would take Leicester too lightly with how they're doing this season. And of course, Mikel Arteta's a god of 1 minute and he loses against Leicester in the fourth round of the Cup and they all want him out again. So he won't be taking it light. So me personally, I'd like a good home tie against a Man City or Arsenal or a side like that, or a nice easy home tie against some middle stage club like Manchester United. That'd still be fine. I'd be fine with some little club like Man U, but either a testing home Premier League performance or that'd be my idea.
A lower league club like Leeds United, I guess.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Hey guys, look, brilliant. Let me just say, I'm just going to quickly say this because it's my channel, so I'm allowed to.
Coming up next on Leicester Till I Die TV.
We'll be in 7 o'clock tomorrow. We will be looking at Everson off to Stoke, and of course all the other links. Dalio at Man United, Carvalho at Liverpool. Are they pipe dreams or could they happen? 7 o'clock tomorrow on this channel. Lads, thank you so very much. Luke, as always, the links to both your channels are in the description, but just tell everybody where they can find you.
Find me at Leicester City Down Under. Thank you.
With him and his friends Sean the Sheep and Bob the Sheep and Frank the Soup and everybody else. Get over there. It's a great channel, guys. He's just starting it out. Go and give him your support. And this gentleman, give him your support as well, and he will always wear it.
Yes, I definitely will. Go and check out our sister channel, LTID TV2. Just like the women's football at the moment, it's currently on a break, but it will be coming back once they are back underway. Talking of transfers, Chris, Leicester have signed themselves a new striker, so maybe there will be a transfer window for the WSL coming shortly to you on that channel as well. And football quizzes is also coming back.
Indeed. And I tell you what, talking of quizzes, well, first of all, talking of transfers, yes, it's a Japanese international, I believe we've signed for.
Yes, it is. We'd agreed the deal prior to the window and obviously couldn't officially announce it until all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted and whatnot. But yes, she's officially joined us. It's an exciting prospect to have her here, and with the firepower that Leicester have already shown they've got in the squad at the moment, may she add to the goal collection? Because no, not Okazaki Alibaba. No, not Okazaki. Although he probably would still run around for us if we asked him to. But looking forward to seeing how she does.
Is there any player I know that takes the dog out for a walk and the dog says, "For fuck's sake, can we go home? I'm knackered." There we go. Go over and check those channels out. Yeah, I'm happy to stay behind. I think Brad will be for a couple of minutes as well, Luke. So I will see you then. Thank you very much, guys. Through to the next round.
No worries. Take care.
So do go out and, as I say, do go over and check out LTID TV 2, which is Brad's channel. Quizzes galore and women's football as well. And Luke, Leicester City Down Under. Apparently he's very big down under. I can't say I know. I will find out in about 9 months' time, though. That sounded wrong, didn't it? But thank you very much. Neil, just unfortunately a little tad too late. We are literally just ending it. But look, I tell you what, if you want to... No, I'm going to have to go because I know Luke wants to talk and it's his night. So, but mate, I'll message you on Twitter after this. Give me about 5-10 minutes. I will send you a message and I'll have a chat with you about something as well. Thanks a lot, Neil. And take care, everybody. Happy New Year's, as always. Hey, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant. Millwall, who? Who are they? Who are they? We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 for the transfer show.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.